almost there. I'm one chapter away from finishing Ranger in the Fog and freedom. I will be free for the new year. I will cast aside my yoke and shackles, and I'll be a big man, big boy, the big boy in the big pants. I'll finally get to say swears, and my mom can't stop me. I got him. Hope everyone had a nice Christmas. My Christmas was bad, really bad. Oof, just not a great Christmas. I mean, you do build up a lot of bad juju by talking smack about people's fan projects. You should have seen that one coming, Seffi. Must you be so mean about it? Dang it. I got all the acid. It's so much acid. Ugh. I'm thinking about that fat rat hot dog. That's all I'm thinking about. As mentioned before, the idea is that you're the idea is that you talk to the rat. You're not supposed to eat it. I don't know why you're eating a rat hot dog, but that's on you. Merry Christmas. My sure wasn't very merry, but that's why we're here. To compensate. I can't have a good Christmas. Listen, I think it needs to be said specifically that there were 2 opportunities where I came over to family with the specific purpose of having dinner. Like I had nothing, and both times I was told no dinner. Sorry, bud. A lot of family drama of late. Not a lot of good news. Very bad times. The dinner was just like the cherry on top to make it. Ooh, man, so much happened. Well, now that I can, how about we Snootmas. Don't splurge at all, Scary Dave. We got tomorrow's stream and Saturday stream, maybe. Depends on how things go. Don't splurge, my man. We have all the time in the world. We have all the time in the world. So just relax. Put your feeties up. Get yourself a nice warm glass. We've got 5 more minutes before the stream really starts. So don't worry about it. Also, apparently I have an update waiting. I probably should have done that. Before I did this. I have bad luck with doing updates before streams, right before them, like a clever man. I'm just glad that, like I said, pretty much on the brink of finishing Ranger in the Fog, and then that's done. It's out of my life. Never again. What's all this? Guy, something to say about the Pal Ward lawsuit? Let's take a look. See, I really appreciate that. No one here seems to understand. I wish more of these people knew about Moon Channel, where they basically explained that the whole Nintendo Pal Ward lawsuit has nothing to do with patents. It's not about the patents. That's the cover story. That's the cover story they have for themselves. It's about something else. It's about Pokemon. And it's about Sony being a big bastard trying to sneak their way in places they don't belong. Not that I specifically feel that Nintendo should have the exclusive right to that. But you know what I mean. I don't think Sony is the one you want there right now, considering what they did with Concord. And like, ugh. Do you want those people over there? Dang. This guy literally explains it in the comments and they still don't get it. Great, these people are beyond saving. I'm free to shackle myself. You know, the funny thing is, Mr. Aaron Nolan Bennett. What is it with 3 names? They're just not around here. I'm just not used to the idea of someone having more than 2 names. Or using them anyway. I mean, no, I say that, but I'm... Thinking about it, I know a few. But I don't know why. I know someone who has, like, 4 names. There's, like, 2 middle names. You know, just 1 middle name ain't good enough. We need 2. I want 4 names. I want my ID card, my passport, to just be a little wider than normal. Because I'm special. God dang, Smith, you had... What was that? Shit, I closed my... What was this guy? Schmidt, something? Hold on, I need to know what that... Okay, here we go. Smitty Werben Jahaman Jensen. There you go. I mean, that's not as long as the name I'm thinking of, so that's the funny part. It's even worse. There we go. Funny you mentioned that Aaron Nolan Bennett. I do, in fact, have a bunch of ideas in my head. I just don't know which one to pick and how to work on them. I've got a bunch of ideas, and I just can't commit. Which is a hell of a lot better than being stuck with something I can't work with. Nolan Bennett apparently has 6 names. You know what? This was never a contest, but I surrender. This was not a contest, but I'm officially giving up preemptively. I'm hanging up my suit and tie, my fancy triple reinforced breastplate. This is all on the floor. Don't bother looking for me. I'm already fleeing the country. What the fuck is a mythopoetic worldview? Relating to myth or the making of myths. Oh, so everything has like a bigger meaning, I guess. Okay, well, we're about to start the actual stream. So that's nice. That's gonna be absolutely lovely. You know, I'm feeling optimistic. I mean, I'm not pessimistic about it. I'm feeling pretty good. I had a really bad bunch of days, but the irony is that I'm coming out better on the other end, you know? What a great Tumblr post. If humanity ever finds intelligent alien life that we can smoke fat blunts with, it'll completely change the way we view everything. We'll give it a couple generations and we'll wipe back to saying, I wonder if there's intelligent life out there, or if it's just humanity and the Zyblors. A bit lonely with just us, don't you think? That's true. Aliens are going to be cool for like an hour, and then we're like, well, that sure was aliens. Hey, aliens, do you know about the other aliens? The other aliens? You know what they say, Luigi. Alien Blalian. God damn it, I was scammed and tricked. And had. Well, I think it's about time to start. Actually, I'm a minute late. I think we all learned something today. You can't trust Safi on any deadline whatsoever. Safi just no deadlines. Don't bother. He won't be there on time. He'll be busy looking at a Tumblr post about some dude doing the shell trick in Mario Wonder. Dang. That's neat, though. Oh, you can even walk away when you're doing the infinite one-up glitch. Dang. Damn. I'm afraid we're gonna have to kill this guy, Bluey. Dang. Oh, that meme's still stuck in my... It's gonna be there for a while, don't worry. It'll stick around for a little while. Man, I'm finding some good stuff today. Some nice good chuckles and chortles. That's a good way to start, you know? Start off with a positive mood and a good vibe. Any activity? No. No one had anything to say to my post today. That's always fine. Anyway, if I had a book of baby names thrown at me, of course... Yeah, they probably glued up the book before they hit you with it, Aaron. Just stuck and glued up the page. Pachoom! Splat. If we ever meet aliens, they'll hate us the moment they learn our language. I mean, it's mostly English they'll be upset with. They'll listen to the Britons for 5 minutes and they're going, you know what? I don't want to deal with this. I'll go talk to the Chinese. You know, they just have characters. You know, they just have characters, and then they talk to the Chinese and like, I'm sorry, the what accent? The what? The what? This is, listen, we brought a dictionary, and you're saying none of the words. What is this accent? And they give up. And they go to the French, and they're like, why are half of your words consonants, and you say like 2 of them? They just get real sad, and the alien's like, sit down. Yeah, they'll learn we want Dino G. You know what happens? You know what happens, Scary Dave? You know how that's gonna go? We're gonna go like, we just want girlfriends. And they're like, I don't want to make girlfriends. I want to cure cancer. The invert of that goofy meme. I don't want to hear about German right now. Get your Germanic praise out of here. We're starting. We're rocking, we're rolling. And by Lord, we might just get trolling. I clicked the start recording button. Thank you. I've actually started the recording now. All right, let's put on an actual track we can zone out to. Let's swagger. Yeah, it's nice and jazzy. We're new at this is not good for school though. Appreciate the scenery? That's a little too suave. We're at school, game. Yeah, that's good for school. Appreciating the moment. Why is that compy? No. Why is that compy staring at you, Fang? I blinked from my blissful stupor and returned to reality. My saddened. How is it bliss if you were saddened? Get out of there, buddy. Don't use strong emotions like that. They're pure. Don't you torture my language. We invented the dictionary for a reason. Well, English doesn't have a standardized. I don't want to hear it. Trish was now looking at me, her purple eyes. It's kind of weird that Trish has purple eyes and purple skin. I'm just saying it's a little much. Yeah, but don't a lot of people, don't a lot of dark-skinned people. Listen, today is a day for me being wrong. Okay, let me be wrong. Narrowing as Reed looked as well, the Velociraptor shrugging. I honestly imagine that Reed is physically incapable of actually, like, narrowing his eyes or anything. He's just like, yeah, man, weed. It's the weed number. Maybe it's on Carve 2. Oh wait, maybe it's on Carve 2. Reed then pause. He's looking kind of sad though. Lose my full government name, then declare my love to a dino, women, and men, and basically anything in between. That is a wide spectrum of things to declare love to, my man. Your insurance policy is not going to like it. I'm not going to like it. I'm going to be very pissed at you. Ah, there we go. I averted my gaze from Fang before I became any more noticeable. That's just a weird way to phrase that. But I get what he's going for. And before I could see your reaction, returning my attention back to the welcoming committee as Naomi finished her long-winded explanation. Hey, at least you put an ellipses in just to break up the sentence a little bit. Hey, you know what? This is starting off not bad. Maybe we can even get some good in here. And that's the gist of it. She then approached Olivia. Has she just been hovering around you like a helicopter the whole time? If we ever meet aliens, it'd be like meeting foreign people. Both understand they're intelligent beings. The aliens are like very close to looking like, I don't know if this guy's intelligent. And then the other alien is like, God dang, we're really going to start with political humor around here. Oh, I thought we were going to another planet so we could stop it with your political gumption. She then approached Olivia, who obnoxiously began to try and push the... She then approached Olivia and rather obnoxiously began to try... Ooh. I assure you that pushing someone in a wheelchair without consent is functionally the equivalent to just shoving someone who's standing around. It's very rude. Here, I'll take you to the... Before I could step in, Olivia spoke up for herself. Who needs character development flaws that you can work with? Spoke up for herself, head looking to Naomi. Don't. The baryonyx then turned back, placing both her claws to her wheels to push her wheels forward. I can move myself. No, it should be more like, I can move myself. For some reason, the last bit, I'm fucking up there. Naomi paused, and again, for a brief second... Hold on, my brain is making too many assumptions, because this guy writes so specifically. Naomi paused, and again, for a second, I could see a frown bleed into her overly cheery exterior, before quickly reverting. Like, I understand what you're trying to do here, buddy, but you need to tone it down with the fancy pants words. Unless it's like your spiel. I mean, I guess Anon is like, what, 30, 40? He's really pushing up there. He's probably thinking the fancy pants words. Probably read Lord of the Rings on a goof, on a gaff. eyes closed with that plastic smile. I wonder if this guy even knows what a plastic smile is, because to some extent I wonder, like, there's a lot to what this guy does where I wonder if he even knows, if he's just copying phrases because they're how it is described instead of understanding that a plastic smile. The idea is that plastic looks, generally speaking, fake. Like, where it's like a mask, you know? That's the implication thereof. But whatever. Of course! The pink perilous circle then moved to the doorway.
Let me open the door for you at least.
No, wait.
Let me open the door for you at least.
No, I feel like she would say, at least let me open the door for you. You know, because she's trying to jab at her. This feels like, if you put it at the end, it feels more apologetic, but if you put it at the beginning, it's like, oh, at least let me, you know. Rap to Jesus. Seeing it from the outside made it much more obvious how fake Naomi's exterior. Yeah, I guess most of the times you ever dealt with Naomi, you were like right in her face. Making me wonder how it had taken me so long to... Granted, she hadn't... I mean, the reason you didn't notice Anon is because you were, generally speaking, not the kind of person to maintain eye contact. You're an introverted little goof, you know? You're not looking people in the eyes that firmly. I made a mistake of liking a Mia post once, double my Medicare premiums already. Well, don't worry about that too long, buddy. They're getting rid of that one. Just a couple of years, and you don't have to worry about your Medicare premiums. But, fuck, it doesn't make... I like this. You know, I really like this. It's something that I've actually kind of had in Ranger in the Fog, is the idea of like, okay, listen. Because in Ranger in the Fog, part of the thing is like, yeah, this might just bring Fang back to life, you know? Make a deal with the Silent Hill demons. You know, fight your inner demons and make them into wish-granting demons. But, to some extent, it's like, but that's the wrong thing to do. You're not supposed to bring people back to life. But it's also the right thing to do. But also would make a big mess. Like, you know, like, yeah, you didn't deserve to die, but you're an asshole. But you didn't deserve to die. But, you know, kind of tone it down a little. You know, you're trying to justify, you know, fuck you and go to hell, but don't die. Ooh. Stomach's having a fun day, but I know what I did. I ate a sandwich and immediately followed up with a pretty heavy cookie. Not a good idea. I'm pushing on my calorie limit, but fuck it. My dietitian tomorrow can just go to hell. I'm doing fine. I'm back on the weight lost track. I'm just happy that I didn't gain weight and I went back on a downward trajectory. You know, it's about the lifestyle. Also, it's Christmas. It's really fucking hard to keep that right. Also, who the fuck makes an appointment with a dietitian 2 days after Christmas? Why did I agree to this? No, it's because of insurance. Let me go excusable. Speaking of which, why the hell was Naomi acting like this, all passive-aggressive? Thinking for a moment, I looked between the pterodactyl and the Parasaurolophilus. The Parasaurolophilus. Were Naomi and Nasser? Were Naomi and Nasser together at this point? I mean, you're a year early. I think the implication was always that they were around with each other for a while, like before the beginning of the year. Regardless, also considering that that Nasser met Olivia, like you might have changed history already. And regardless of if not or if so, did she see Olivia's competition? I mean, it depends on how aggressive Naomi is, right? Because Naomi is a bit of a bitch when it comes to Fang and everything. But that's like after she became girlfriends. Like there was a lot more on the line. But I don't see a reason for Naomi to just stick with Nasser. There's probably another jock or a smart guy in school she can hook herself up with. That's easier than the guy who already has a girlfriend, you know? I think Naomi isn't going to go that way. Like, to keep him, yes, because there's already that big established relationship. Like, by the time Anon shows up, there's a lot to lose. But if they haven't had a relationship, I don't see Naomi's the kind of person to go for. No, fuck this. This is way too much work. I got shit to do, baby. I can find someone who's easier. There's gotta be someone easier. Unless, you know, it's true love, and there's actually something going on there. Which is implied that there is, to some extent. You know, some of the extra chapters are like, yeah, there's something there. But that could be after the relationship. Who knows? If we ever ran at a Snoot game fan week, we still got Half-Life 2 with a Fang mod. I mean, I kind of been thinking about playing Half-Life 2 again. Stevie made a video on it, though, so I'm not doing it, because that guy, he always makes the best version of all possible videos. Maybe I was overthinking things, but if Naomi was trying a Machiavellian bullshit on Olivia for whatever reason, then I would have to step in and stomp on those ambitions. I mean, wasn't that your plan with Fang anyway? This isn't anything new. I wasn't going to let it become a problem. Not this time. Well, so far, I will say this chapter's starting off a lot stronger. I wonder if you got a proofreader. Like, this goof aside, it's not bad, and we're not using the overused words too much. We haven't had a lot of snout slapping my face. I still think it's going to be very, very hard to beat this one, though. Looking up as she looked up remains an unbeatable contestant. How do you ever best that? I don't know. I don't want to think about it. It's terrifying. It's a line for the ages. The new low. But things are looking up. So let us get out of the bottom of the barrel and dig our way out. But not this time. I mean, if Olivia is strong enough to mention this, I think, you know, you would probably pick up on her doing the work before she got anywhere. She'd have to soften Olivia up first, you know. Olivia wheeled herself forward, Nasa stepping aside. The pterodactyl's gold and stop! Anon, please. I'm gonna write an Anon Nasser fanfic at this rate. Stop. Desperately trying to find the baryonyx. Her eyes? Well, they're in her face. Or snout, I guess you would say. My foster sister paused for a moment before continuing on, disappearing within. I mean, the pausing thing. This is a fair time to do it. I'm not gonna complain if the pause is fair. It's just when it's a lot and it's weird. Disappearing within. Oh, into the building. As Naomi ceased holding the door open, leaving Nasser and me outside. You're just gonna let her walk off? What does? He really does want to date Nasser, doesn't he? It's just like, man, Nasser, now that we're alone and your ex-girlfriend is gone, how about both of your girlfriends are gone, Nasser? Have you ever thought of a man in your life? Praise be the Space King. Gently, I put... Oh. Turning to Nasser, I noticed his signature, something is bothering Nasser. I mean, he wasn't the most emotionally developed person in the world. Brows slanted and eyes peering down, a frown etched on his snout. Why is there a frown on his mouth? Listen, much of the sentence is fine, even if you're kind of falling back to the usual. But why is his mouth frowning? You frown with your eyes. That's where your brows are. The brow frown, you know? Gently, I mean, I guess what he's going for, but I would say his snout is scrunching. Because scrunch is a fun verb. Gently, I put a claw on his shoulder, the pterodactyl blinking as he registers my presence. This is it, Anon. Hit him with the wedding ring. Anon. Nasser managed to look up, a multitude of emotions on his face. Is she happy? It was a loaded and broad question. I like how we started off with like, the gang, and then the gang just evaporated from the entire story. We focus on these guys again. Someone doodled a frowny face on his suit. Hell yeah, baby. It really does feel like this guy doesn't know what words are sometimes. It's fine. We'll move on. It was a broad and loaded question, yet I did my best to answer it. I'm not going to say it's ever been easy for Olivia, but I smile. She still draws. She still likes swimming. Still likes the raptor-shaped dino nuggets. I guess I'd say she's happy. He paused. I just didn't... I mean, this is for interruptions as far as I know. Maybe it's for the other... Oh, fuck cares. I just didn't... And trailed off as if unsure what to say. I would complain about this, but I have written this myself quite recently. It's alright, Nasa. I was about to say something like, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. You should, if you're gonna say this kind of quotation, you should include the whole sentence, because otherwise it just looks goofy. Before you're Trish, why is she around? This time closer, as I pictured the trio now halfway up the staircase. Wait, what? Were they already? I had the impression they were like walking past. Although I guess they just ignored her. Oh, he just looked away. They were still there. What the fuck? And your telescopic eyes lack some peripheral vision, it seems. Oh, it's got telescopic ears, excuse me. Not what telescopic means, but you know what I mean. That's the point. Looks like the compy's friend with your brother, Nasser. I could hear the Triceratops brazenly speak with disgust. Fang-milling sounds. Like, looks like the compy's friends with your brother, Fang. Shit. Not wanting to turn around, remembering that Naomi and Olivia were ahead, and not exactly comfortable with the prospect of leaving the latter alone, the company of the foreman nodded to the doorway, urging Nasser to move. Maybe make that towards the doorway. Anyway, let's get to the principal's office. I think classes are gonna start soon. Oh, right. Nasser nodded, as if he just remembered. The two of us quickly entering inside. Again, the verbiage is always a little off. Like, why entering? Go in. You don't enter inside. You quickly enter or you go inside. This is like, fucking hell. What is it again? I think it's irriteren aan. Je ergert je aan, or you are irritated. You are annoyed, or you are annoyed by, or you are irritated, or something like that. It's like people mix that one up too. But you can't do this. This is not how this verb works. Is why it bugs me. Walking into the familiar blue lacquer hallways of Volcano High, vines and vegetation growing over to either give a sense of natural beauty or natural decay. Aren't they like mostly plastic? I thought the impression was they were like mostly... No. I don't know. It depends, I guess. They were plastic on the metro, at least. I think the gardening class does make them... They are real. Although I always got the impression they were doing it outside. You know, where logically you could grow them, whereas inside they'd be plastic, because good luck growing them. Unless they're very hardy, I guess. I don't care at the moment. All I was glad about was that I was out of earshot. The unfamiliar trio, now murky shapes waiting behind the glass. I closed my eyes, letting out a silent sigh behind my snout. Now, it just wasn't the time. You have like a year or two, buddy? Go for it. I need to prepare myself mentally for that inevitability. Stop that. Get out of there. Nasa was still quiet. Not exactly being the best guy. Not that I needed one. The two of us arriving at our destination. I feel like you could put that one between like between those dashes to like or like brackets. I feel like that's an aside more than a comma statement. I spotted Olivia and Naomi at the door of Principal Spears' office, the baryonic sporting a distant expression on her faces. Naomi droned on in a cheerful manner. Oh, we all know that vibe.
And it's no wonder she's the principal in the number one school of natural beauty. I bet you just can't wait to meet him.
Oh, my throat's so dry. Ugh. Spread that fluid around a little bit. Ah. She then noticed our...
Oh, just in time, Anon.
Naomi then opened the door.
Principal Spears is ready to see you both.
Get out of my life, Naomi. Gosh. Turning to Nasser, I gave him one last reassuring pat on the shoulder, but felt no response to it. His gaze still on Olivia's back as she wheeled herself into the office. Naomi closing the door behind us. That's a weird way to put that. Like, this is why you break up sentences so that actions can implicitly take place. This implies that you give him a pat on the back, and you're both inside the room. Because otherwise, you never moved in, right? You give us... You know what I mean. There's no space for the implicit action to take place. The office is just as I remembered. Cramped, but well finished. Decorated with trophies and cabinets. As well as a hulking Neanderthal, elegantly dressed and bespeckled. I would say bespeckled. It's funner. Standing up from his seat. Principal Spears, I've missed you. You're not beating the allegations, Anon. Not at this rate. You better unman up. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. His demeanor seemed serious, with a stern look and gray-shaded glasses, obscuring his eyes as he approached. He doesn't approach. The desk just slides aside when he does it. He just moves right through it. I felt Olivia tense up, and I couldn't blame her, even as I felt a little unnerved at the sight. So he could just walk around the desk, feeling so much smaller underneath Spears' gaze, despite our even height. I mean, it's because he's slouching. He's still taller than he went on. I don't like that he's as tall. That's just goofy. And unlike him athletic, it seems. He likes his men broad and capable of snapping a spine. I mean, we all know that mood. We all know that mood. Anon, Olivia, he simply said, his voice deep and gruff. Arms behind his back, his both remained stock still. Spears then gave a small, heartwarming smile. Welcome to our lovely school. We've been anticipating your arrival for quite some time. Yeah, I imagine his parents shopped around a little bit, you know. The two of us nod, Olivia slowly more slowly and reluctantly than I, as Spears gestured to the two black chairs. Have a seat. He turned to Olivia. I may also move the chair if you wish to remain in your wheelchair. Again, I feel that he would know that most wheelchair people are not going to fucking bother, because moving chairs is annoying. Listen, here's a tip. Put two chairs opposite each other and try to move from one to the other. Fucking sucks. Don't bother. Unless that's a really good chair and it's got heating and massage. You're not doing it. You're not fucking doing it. That's for people with legs. That's for you walkies to worry about. Jackass. God, turn to Olivia with all this drinking. I'll stay in the wheelchair. Olivia answered. Very well. Picking up the chair to give Olivia space to roll beside me as I sat down. Two of us now looking to Principal Spears to return to his place, resting both on resting both of his gigantic hands against it. I thought he was, like, leaning on it. Also, isn't this the perfect time to have him, like, huck that chair or, like, lift it with the greatest of ease? You know, imply that Spears is a big, strong man.
Before we begin, I must ask you something regarding your old school. Is Misha still teaching kindergarten?
I pause for a moment. Coach Mikhail? Kindergarten? Little does Adam know, Spears is an omnipresence principle. He's the one that connects all the universes. Every universe, there's only one Spears. He's always the same. I like that idea. Who needs a variety of him? Who needs a different Spears? He's just perfect as he is. Even Olivia seemed shocked by that, knowing the effects of the hulking Ankylosaurus, as I found myself blurting out, "Those poor kids." Spears paused before bursting out into a loud, guffawing laughter.
I'll take that as a no.
Spears doesn't have a loud, guffawing laughter. He's a very polite chuckle. He wears a suit, even if he's barefoot. Nope. He's a boxing coach now. Taught me for 7 years before I left. I've always complained about these for a while, but we need to establish who's talking, so you can do that fine, you know. Don't overburden your sentences with too much detail. Spears looked pleasantly surprised. That's incredible. He would not talk with an exclamation point. Spears is very demure and low-key. He doesn't overstate his emotions.
I should contact him again.
The Neanderthal seemed to reminisce.
Although it may not sound articulate.
If you include in a comma, this also does not get an uppercase letter. Neither with this one. Also not here. Yeah, this guy just doesn't seem to understand that quotations are not... They're not grammatically different sentences. They don't work like that.
Although it may not sound articulate, Misha has a PhD in literature. It is mother tongue, though.
Coach Mikhail, literature PhD. Never thought those two concepts could be in the same sentence. Ha!
Enough about that. What I wish to know is how you two feel. First,
like this and Ferris, like why is everyone in this fucking universe like, hey, it's been like 1 day. How do you feel about school? Can you go to a school in this universe and people don't ask you that day 1 or day 2? Ugh. Like the water doesn't go where it's needed. I peered at Olivia, she peered at me. Before I looked, Jesus Christ, man! Fuck you, stop that! A bit jarring, I answered honestly. Which is to be expected. It's the first day and all. But, I feel like you should get this since away and just make it a dot, comma, like a semicolon or something. Because we're doing conversational English. And most people don't necessarily include linking words like that. I then say the next part with a bit of a grumble. Would have been better if the other students didn't stare at us so much. The Neanderthal frowned.
I see. Although it's natural they are curious, seeing as you were new to school. If it continues past a week onward,
his hands tightened. Notify me. What? This guy doesn't get this. Okay, we're just gonna have to accept this guy does not get Spears. Okay? He just doesn't. Like, they stared a little bit. I get that he's probably reading into it a bit more, but, like, Spears doesn't threaten violence like this to his students. He cares, he wants to teach, but he doesn't take your shit. There has not been shit for him to not take. So why is he being a jerk? Like, I get it, that's the gag, but the gag works because he's sincere about it, and it's played straight because it's done at an appropriate time. It's not a comedy bit, it's just how he does it. And that's why it's funny. I used to study Russian literature. Still have nightmares about it. Brrr. Those poor students. He hasn't done anything! Spears then released his fist. Also, he doesn't do this. He doesn't do this. Spears, again, is demure, reserved, polite. He doesn't make action. He doesn't display the violence beforehand. He shouts, yes. That's like the most we realistically get. And he throws a door at like a situation where he's like, you should not be here, and you definitely shouldn't be smoking. You know, the double fuck up. Principal Spears then released his fist, looking at Olivia. Tense frown replaced. Yeah, can't give him a fucking snout, can you dipshit? No snouts on this man. Tense frown replaced with a gentle smile. You know, you already implied that he's loosening his attention because he released his fists. Like, let the action breathe.
And how about you, Olivia? How's all screw up in a...
She's barely been to class. I don't even know if you're on the first floor or not. If you are, like, nothing can have been observed. Olivia paused, realizing she had been asked for an answer before responding. What? Yes! Yes, author! Usually when people ask you something, they are asking for an answer! Like, rhetorical questions exist, but what the hell are you talking about? Ooh. You know, we started off so well. You're out of school. She paused again. Yeah, Olivia, please, stop. I mean, go. I don't know, we said something about an elevator, but she said a lot of other stuff too, and I just kind of meld it together. Blend it together. Melding is more for, like, flesh monsters and the like. You know what I mean. Too much stuff by the sound of it, Principal Spears saying. You have my sympathies. As much as prepare me to admit it, that go. Why is he so mean? He then opened a drawer, his large hand, his big meaty hands, dragging out a keycard connected to his strap, handing it to Olivia as the bearer. Why are you phrasing it like this? Why are you describing as Olivia and then as the... This is so weird. Why aren't you just using she? Why aren't you just using a... This is why pronouns exist. So that you don't do that. This is for the elevator. Simply touch it against the scanning. We go... You have fucking keycard elevators? At St. Hammond, 3 years from now, they have a fucking key elevator. You got a key card? Dang. Olivia quietly thanked him, pocketing it. She already accepted it. So why would you double up on that? Like, again, just you don't need all that. You're doubling down in funny ways. You could also use your benefits card. Why do you need a benefits card? She gets free food for being... What? Dang! I gotta lose my legs when I go to high school. I'm already done with high school. I can't even benefit from losing my legs. All over again. You can also use your benefits card at the cafeteria. Be sure that the reg everything on your tray will be free. Why is he emphasizing it? What is so special about that? Also, quick tip if you're using... the thing about the way AO3 interprets markup text is that it will always include a space. I don't know if you can remove that space by just editing the text a little bit, but you should be careful because it usually puts a space next to marked up text. Again, I don't know if that's just how it handles the text internally in code, or if that's added so you can remove it later by going into the text. I just don't know. I never bothered. I just include the makeup in any successive, what's it called again? Diacritics? No. I forgot what a I forgot what they are. No, I want to know about the fucking the thing, not menstruation. Ugh. The full stop, thank you. Punctuation, that's the word I'm looking for. Punctuation. Ugh. Is that really hard, Safi? That made us instantly freeze up our eyes wide as we took a moment to register. At the register. Free food? Yeah, because the only defining trait of our characters is they love food. Everyone loves food. Everyone is defined by their love for food. Anna loves food. Olivia loves food. They're not a character trait. They're just everyone loves food. Everyone's gonna rob the fucking cafeteria now, Spears. Good job. Spears nodded. Indeed, so abuse that. Abuse that privilege? God. Why is everyone acting more out of character the longer we go? Olivia and I looked at one another, unable to hide our surprised joy. At the moment, as the ends of our snouts I'm gonna need a hot minute. I need a hot minute. I need a fucking minute, okay? I need a minute. I just need a minute. I'm back. I'm not happy, but I'm back. Ugh. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that! I'm not reading that. The Neanderthal chuckled, looking at the clock to notify us.
It will best be going now. Your first class will begin in a few minutes.
I mean, they did arrive early. I nodded, standing up from my seat as Olivia disengaged her brakes to wheel herself ahead. Principal Spears rising up from the chair to see us off, opening the door for us.
Take care.
Olivia gave a nod as she wheeled herself out first, and I myself follow before Principal... Okay, so... I have a problem, and we're gonna address it right now. I forgot to turn on the recording. I'm not reading this. You can read it yourself. Anyway, they're leaving. That's all there is. You missed nothing recording, people. But we're about to get to the part that I really wanted to talk about. I have a question. Is Anon a Gary Stew? Okay? I have serious issues with how Anon has been presented so far. And this is too much. This is too much.
Oh, Anon, before you go, I turned to Principal Spears, the Neanderthal smiling. Your parents told me they required a little strength for Olivia. Speak sure as you can.
What? We're just giving backpats now? You've already shown this, okay? This has already been shown to the audience. Now some random person he's just met that never saw him before is like, oh, you're such a good guy, Anon. When my problems with Gary Mary Stews, right, is they usually represent a character that doesn't do anything. That doesn't go anywhere, that doesn't have anything to say, that's just kind of around so that the author feels cool about something. Alright? That's their point, is they are mechanically, thematically, plot-wise, just uninteresting. They are not a character, they're just a set piece, a prop. And this is just too much for me. Why is Spears calling out Anon's good behavior? He has just met him. He will see him for 2 years. Why doesn't he say this later? If we do the turnaround, he's like, by the way, don't mess up this time. If he does that, Senator, Kino, that's peak. But otherwise, why is this here? Why does it matter? Why doesn't this come later? After, it's so. Anon cannot do wrong. Despite that being the whole fucking reason he's here, is because he did so much fucking wrong that he... Again, character assassination. Character assassination. Pausing for a moment, I shrug with a small smile on my snout. Fuck! I should just make it like a miniature bingo card, okay? Just a miniature bingo card. If the sentence includes the words smile, snout, pause, etc., you know? Maybe I should do that. If only so I fucking remember. It's not just been me, sir. And that was the truth as I thought about my parents had warned pretty much all the students back. Yeah, man. What a cruel and cold world, huh? Fucking asshole. And NASA, the aforementioned, I hope would be returning to form if need be.
A lot of others as well, the way I see it.
But all of others as well. The way I see it? Should I say it? This story, you know, the Senator bringing it up, like everything going so well for Anon, it really does feel like this story needs to get meta. This story needs to address its meta context. It would be so interesting to have this whole thing of like Anon does great and everything's going fine, and then someone is like, no, you're not getting away with this. Because so little has happened. The only way to break out of this is for something to happen that even the fucking plot armor can't avoid. Olivia is basically a plot armor with how her wheelchair and everything has resolved and how Anon, everyone's okay with it. Like, the thing needed to make this shakeup interesting, big. Gotta be big or really well written, dramatically. But nothing. We're in Disneyland, nothing happens. It's a small world after... I don't even know how that goes. It was the first time I seen Principal Spears taken aback as if I literally read his fucking script for him. He then hits me on the head and demands to know how I read it. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Fuck off. Go to hell. Olivia was waiting for me as she inspected a timetable with her open backpack. So, what's your schedule for first period? I reached into my pockets, producing the folded sheet of paper to check as we compare our timetables. I got, fuck, Miss Tsuki. To this day, I wasn't sure how out of all dinosaurs they could have chosen, out of all the people they could have chosen as an English teacher, he was the one they picked. Mr. Tsuki's English was enough to extract a stroke out of any careful listener. And it seemed my pain this time around was going to be shared as Olivia perked up upon seeing the name.
Same. Also sharing. Science, PE.
Okay, the last class was... I was going to say about that in regards to Olivia. I mean, you can accommodate, like, you know, rolling your wheelchair around the track is just as intense as running. It's about moving the mass. You just get more inertia. You get to preserve that a bit more. But, you know, take an extra lap. Still hard to do, especially if you go fast. Because rubber wheels, high friction, especially on most running track terrain, is pretty high friction, which is bad for wheels. It needs to be... It needs something. Yeah, it'd be interesting if Anon just exists as a human being. The problem is, this has been 99% just build up, build up, build up to what? There is no build up because we're not going anywhere. There's the implication that build up should be happening because that's how stories work, but we get nothing. Like, we never got Olivia has migraines that are building up, or things just happen because they have to. Anyway, I wouldn't have much input, seeing as I skipped almost every gym class in my previous life. I look back at my timetable to inspect the relevant classes I had. Mrs. Tsuki was first period, of course, Dr. Farnsworth the fourth, Mr. Kaldulski fifth, Jingo for the last, as if the aforementioned could be considered a class and not just free time. And PE with Mr. Boomstick reserved for Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hey, I had that too. Wait, I'm gonna think of it, wasn't this my schedule when I was... An eardrum shattering squeal started. If this was a better fucking plot, this would mean something. An eardrum it's... Squeals over into...
Oh, you two share first period with me!
I'd almost done a Scooby-Doo and jumped right into Olivia's lap from the sudden Naomi jump scare. The baryonyx faring no better, she smashed her tail against the floor in shock and surprise, almost denting the ground. Depends on the ground if it's dents or shatters.
Oh, did I start you two?
The pink Paracephalopolis asked innocently.
Yeah, actually, I nodded shakily.
I shakily nodded, Olivia slowly recovering, only to sink into a chair and find the lockers a lot more... You've already done this one pretty recently. It's a fairly specific way to describe this. All of a sudden, upon noticing NASA's approach as well. Were you both waiting for us? Joe Swanson, all upper body. Hell yeah. Be fucking interesting. Be something. I mean, knowing this guy, she does just fine. Or it becomes a sad story, and everyone's like, "Oh, don't worry, Olivia. I know that you're disabled. You're not good. You're very unhealthy. You will never amount to anything in your life. But it's fine. You just keep, okay, go sit inside and do painting. We don't want the woman getting sweaty. You already fridged once for Anon's convenience.
Of course, we have to show you where the elevator is after all.
Naomi then brushed past us, Nasa slowly trailing us. Albeit, beside me more like? Jesus fucking Christ, just kiss already! Perhaps unable to muster the courage to walk beside Olivia, still distracted by his thoughts. The four of us made our way to the elevator. Met a little close shut at the moment as Naomi turned to us.
Just use the keycard on the scanner and wait for the beep. You can press the button to call the elevator down.
Shouldn't it just come down if you use this beeper? Why would you have to push a fucking button? Like, it's an elevator for very specific situations. Why not just make it automatic? Who cares? Naomi explained cheerfully. Something helpful for once as Olivia not. I mean, she explained more helpful things. Olivia just zoned out. Fishing the keycard out of her pocket, placing it against the black screen, a beep sounding as she followed the instructions. A few moments later, before the door finally opened, showing a spacious interior, Olivia wheeled herself inside as I followed, the two of us turning as Olivia pressed the hold door button. Awkward elevator ride or not? It'd be a nice gesture to bring them both upstairs. Only NASA and Naomi just continued to stand there, Olivia and I staring at them as we continued waiting. Stop continuing and just do it already. Are you going? Shouldn't Olivia ask this? Why are you asking, Anon? This is Olivia's fucking question. She's the one holding the fucking door. The two of them blinking as NASA stuttered. No, I don't want to go to E1M2. I want to go to E1M8. I want to get the secret level. I want to get the secret level.
Huh?
Oh wait. Yeah. Are you sure? Why not? I'm pretty sure. Anon, for fuck's sake, I'm the one holding the door for my boyfriend. What the fuck are you doing? Stealing your boyfriend with class. Okay. NASA nodded as he walked forward. Thanks. Pterodactyl then moved inside. His wing would make for a very awkward amount of space.
and taking a position in the corner. Olivia bowing her head closer to the buttons as if to hide herself. Looking back, Olivia, are you sure about this? You're on ass level. Looking back, I noticed Naomi Catude standing there, breathing standing, a trace of a frown on her face, not on her snout, as I heard her mutter. Oh no! In the meta plot, this means that that Nasser has chosen Olivia, except it was Anon who asked, and so the fucking thing doesn't work, and also we haven't really done too much with this, so fuck you! I'm not giving you that point. Olivia peeking out of the door from her wheelchair. Where are you going? The pink parasol with Falafalus. Come on, call a coral. Or something, I don't know. Stopped dead in her tracks, turning around as she blinked behind her glasses. Instead of in front of her glasses, myself speaking up as I leaned out as well. Yeah, didn't you say you had English class with us? Scream more like, but I can't let bygones be bygones. Did you say Jesus? Oh, I get it. Naomi must have thought we were only inviting Nasser into the elevator, seeing as we knew him. And only for a moment I could see Naomi's facade just completely drop. This time not to reveal frustration, anger, or annoyance, but a genuine astoundment for once. Barely believing we were holding the door. At this point, you should have just taken the fucking stairs with how long this has been taking. Her shoulders scrunched together, stature growing smaller as the digit fidgeted uncomfortably together. She looked meek. Something I've never really seen of Naomi before. A complete inverse of an annoyingly extroverted personality. I didn't say that. Okay, so are we hooking him up with Naomi now? I don't even know what we're doing here. I'm very confused. Because romance really seems to be the only thing this thing actually cares about, so... The pink pareidolia then stood there for a few moments. Olivia and I briefly peering at one another with raised eyes? What, you mean like you're rolling your eyes back? Before I peered back. Ugh. Writing really is deteriorating rapidly. You gonna come in? The snout seemed to close shut before she quickly nodded. What is that? What are you even doing? Finally entering as Olivia pressed the button onto our door, letting the doors close. Almost spent the elevator ride in uncomfortable silence, which admittedly was a welcome reprieve. Your ego's too heavy. I used the moment to peer at Nasser and Naomi briefly, the two standing in separate corners of the elevator, noticing the two of them seemed to be lost in some sort of thought. Yes, unlike that other thing you get lost in, a maze. Nasser still conflicted while Naomi, I had no idea what was going on that ahead of us. Not that I could ever say I really knew the real Naomi. I turned away from the doors. I turned away as the doors opened with a ding, indicating that we had reached our destination. Stepping out first, I gave Olivia ample time to exit. Nasser and Naomi following after as we moved into the hallway. A few students milling about or extracting items from their lockers. Might imagine having like a locker on the highest floor, but you always have your classes on the lowest. Might as well not bother at that point. Well, I had no idea what was going on that ahead of us. Not that I could ever say I really knew the real Naomi. I turned away. Okay. Oh, wait. I'm falling back. Mr. Tsuki's class was to the right. Naomi pausing before turning to us, putting on a fake persona, if not absolutely doubling down on it.
Wow, I always wanted to like to ride the school elevator. Thanks.
No problem. Olivia tried to speak, but Naomi cut her off.
But we should really get going. Class is starting soon, Aunt.
She attempted to urge us to class and away from Nasser. I would have put my foot down had Olivia not spoken up instead. Actually, Naomi, the pink paraphernalia blinked as the baryonyx, as Barry from Half-Life 2 garnered her attention. There's something about this that just doesn't click for me. Can you go ahead with the class without us? Anna and I want to talk a bit with Nasser. After pausing for a moment, I then smiled alongside Olivia, hoping that Naomi would at least find it in herself to understand. My throat is starting to die. I don't know why. Extracting items from their lockers, living in Tarkov. Yeah, my throat's starting to feel a little tiny pang of ouchies. I don't know why. It's not good. We'll catch up with you and stuff. Naomi seemed prepared to open her snout to say something before looking at Nasa, perhaps realizing only just now how despondent and out of it the pterodactyl looked. I like to imagine that I saw sympathy behind those glasses of hers. That would include a but or something after that. Oh, sure. Naomi slowly nodded before reassuming her cheery facade.
Of course! She then waved. Goodbye, Nasser. See you at lunch.
Naomi was given no response. She turned around, making way to English class. Olivia and I now turning to Nasser. As we approach, you're fucking cornering this man in the elevator? Nasser slightly perked up, unable to keep that bothered expression from his face as he opened his snout to say something, only to give up and shut it closed, constantly second-guessing himself. Olivia rolled up to them. To who? To him? As I stood aside, giving them... Who's the first them? My foster sister. Why is this phrased like this? Nasser, sorry, but, the baryonyx... Pterodactyl and fumbled devastated before. Only for... What? What? I'm very lost now. Only for Olivia to look up with an unsteady snout, her sobs having barely contained giggles as her claw tugged at the hem of his tacky jacket, stretching the fabric. Reading all these sentences in one breath really does make clear this guy does not understand how short a sentence should be. What the hell are you even wearing? This entire time since entering Volcano High, avoiding gazes with Nas was not because of some embarrassment or misguided, she say, or because she thinks he's hot. Maybe that's why. But the fact that she could barely look at that gaudy vest without losing it. Never change, Olivia. The baryonyx laughed out loud, Nasser completely taken aback as he blinked before gesturing. Again, the way he does that, blinked before gesturing, like the structured ordering is just weird. His claws turned... What? An unsure but hopeful look on his face. You like it? Sure. Seethe? You see... It's like this man doesn't understand English. Seething. Here we go. Filled with intense but unexpressed anger. She hates this man's guts for his jacket taste. Jesus! But only because you look like you scraped up an entire flower bed. 5 years doing your standards are still so low. It's good to see you again, Nasser. You had realized that puke green would have been salvaged. I don't even know. I don't even know. Pterodactyl seemed in a trance before his snout finally lit up with relief and happiness. Possibly happened than I'd ever seen him be. Oh, I missed you so much, Olivia. It was now Olivia's turn to look slightly stunned, silver eyes blinking. Unfortunately, the school bell picked the perfect time. That's all it ever does. It goes off at the right moment. Alerting us that the classes were about to start. Nasser appeared to the other hall before looking back down to face Olivia. My glass the other way, but he rubbed the back of his neck. I'd like to catch up with you. Pterodactyl looks slightly friendly. If that's all right, if we get the chance. Sure. She awkwardly nodded. Nasser nodded. Now Olivia nodded. I started nodding. Then he gives a smile, because of course he does. On a snout, you know. And then he peered at her. Turning around and running off as I rejoined Olivia, the two of us moving on to our own classes. More stuff I kind of wanted to say. She confessed, and I looked at her, raising an eye. You don't raise an eye, you raise a brow, you dumb asshole! Really? Like what? She shrugged, pushing her wheels forward. Olivia closed her eyes, pausing for a moment to organize her thoughts. I guess I kind of knew that if Nasser saw me again, he'd be upset about it. She sighed, looking down at the wheelchair. This. Now here I am, I just letting myself into his life again. I feel happy, but I also feel kind of guilty. Yeah, he has been avoiding it. An M65 jacket. M65 jacket. It's a bit military, isn't it? You should go with like that white iridescent stuff that just looks way too tacky. Hold on. Hmm? Never mind, I got distracted by something very strange. James Sunderland also wears that jacket. Oh no! I should have thought of that. I'm thinking about how that jacket. Oh, whatever. I was gonna say something, only to realize you'd already arrived. How far are you from class? God damn it, why does it feel like everything today was getting in the way of everything? Well, because everything is everything. Reaching out and trying not to grumble, I opened the door. How is it not already open? Aren't the doors just open until the teacher closes it? Naomi, of course, front and center, giving a small, constant wave to us with a big smile on her snout. And a familiar Stegosaurus, cyan eyes blinking at our arrival. Oh shit, it was Stella! I don't exactly remember the weeby Stegosaurus being in Mr. Tsuki's class, but then again, why would you? You're like, again, isn't this like a year before? Mr. Tsuki, after all, was dressed like a Dino Rai shampoo character. A what? Oh, wait, you weren't kidding about that shit? Where was it? Where was that statement? Samurai shampoo, which to me just sounds like shampoo. Give me that fresh shampoo hot dog. Tastes like ass, but it's got character. But also making the worst English teacher in existence. A teacher fits for a student, I guess. What? Or maybe Stella. Even Stella had a limit for the amount of weebiness she could take. Currently, the Stegosaurus was seated halfway in the class order. Her appearance not much different than what she looked like a year later. From what I remembered from Stella, she was always pretending to be mysterious and aloof fortune teller. I thought she just was. Only to have little success in that prospect. Wasn't she perfectly on point with how you fucked up? But for all her eccentricity, she was a good student and never bad company. Maybe I'd get to know her a bit better this time around. Held the door open for Olivia to enter first. You already said you were holding the door open. Oh no, you just opened it. You weren't holding it open necessarily. Whatever. I held the door open for Olivia to enter first. Natsuki finally taking notice as he turns. How slow is he? Oh, hello! Yoto must be anonko nando Olivia-chan. What? Olivia had the exact same thought I had in my previous life, slightly tilting her head as if trying to make sure she hadn't misheard. Fortunately, she hadn't, and I felt sorry for whatever omnipotent schmuck was writing out our life right now. Fuck off! Karasu today, you have to new karasu meto. No, that would be maito. Meto. Ato borokenoi. He then gestured to us politely, because everyone just fucking gestures. Hanonk Olivia-chan, please introduce yourself. Olivia seemed to understand what Satsuki wanted us to do. The two of us briefly locking eyes at one another. Myself having laid back. Again, Anon's like fucking 30, 40. 36. Why is he so, goofy with the pod champing and everything? You're not a teen, Anon! You're not! You're... Just like... Does this guy is Anon more mature or not? Because like a whole part is like, oh no, Anon, you're so mature, you're so calm. And then he fucking pog champs with Olivia in sync like he's a fucking teen. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you trying to communicate here? Which one is it? I wish I had something I could just hit really hard to make my point. But I don't want to damage anything. Which one is it? Just pick one! All eyes, like, even fucking Spears, like, just before that was like, afterwards was like, such an immature boy, Anon. All eyes were, okay. The two of us briefly locking eyes with one another. Myself giving a layback truck, decidedly? You mean you decided to go first, before Olivia. Also, if you go first before Olivia, yes, if you go first, you go before someone else, you asshole. All eyes were upon me as I came up the middle. Up the middle? A few students whispering to one another, too low for me to hear. Stella seemed attentive, cyan eyes gazing between Olivia and me. Can we just get the fucking love triangle already? It's crazy to think that in my past life I was an erratic and social mess when introducing myself for the first time in Mr. Tsuki's class. My nervous heartbeat was allowed in the sense I was stringing together. How scared I was of those judging eyes.
Now, I could even hardly... Because you're 35! Like, you're at the age where you stop giving a shit. You probably stopped caring about teens 10 years ago. We were 25. Hey, I'm Anon. I give a casual... Just arrived from Missouri Private up in Genoga Park a few weeks ago. The Caldera Blossom pretty cool. It's not with apostrophe. Except for the morning mist. Almost smacked my snout against a tree in the morning because of it. Actually got a few chuckles. As for hobby, I don't know. I like boxing. I looked at Olivia into getting cute.
Olivia. I'm also from Missouri Private. I draw stuff.
They did say a while back his mind is regressing to his new life age. What do you mean? Mind explaining? You better explain that, Senator, because I better find that fucking text. Otherwise, I'm going to stay really angry for a while. It just feels so weird, you know? Because, like, the whole point is that he does better now, but then he's like, no, I'm not better. I'm just different. Also, that's fucking terrifying. I don't know how to put this down, okay, but if I was like a 30... Okay, imagine you're like, what, 40, 50 years old. You know, like an old man. And you become a teenager again. Let's say we're going to give you a little time, and you're like 14. First off, you're like, I don't want to date anyone. Fuck, my hormones are kicking in. Oh my god, my brain is being controlled by hormones. And you would just go nuts. The hormonal balance. Like, isn't that terrifying that you are just under control of a force you don't even fully understand? And you don't know where it's going to go. That, to me, terrifying. Like, the slow, gradual process of growing up is normal, because you learn everything. But if you go from 40 to 14 and suddenly you have all that... Damn! That'd be scary. Because then you realize just how much hormones dictate who you are as a person. Ooh, scary. Very scary. And out of the deadpan delivery class, my claws get... What are you, the fucking teacher? So, any questions, or... Of course, nobody had any, except Naomi raising her hand as I began to regret asking. Pointing towards her.
What was your old school like?
She asked, her question feeling more probing than it should have.
Missouri Private?
Olivia and I look at each other and then looking back at class. At least you're not peering back at each other and then peering back at class.
Old. Really old.
Yep, I know, in agreement. As a friend of mine would say, you think the stuff built in the 20s would mean it looked nice, but if anything, most of the classes we had looked like they've been left alone since then. So, they're in 2019 technically, right? At most, they're 2020. The way the timeline works, if it aligns the way it should. Because Anon is in Volcano High in 2020. So why don't you specify in the 1920s? Just saying. Like, they have no context for this. Although I guess it does take a while before the decade you're in becomes the decade you're referring to when you use that term, doesn't it? A bit of laughter as I nodded, a bit of sad nostalgia in my thoughts. Yeah, I mean, you've been there. Despite all that, Olivia and I have attended for almost 12 years. Oh, some good dinos and people there that I already miss.
Wow, 12 years at the same school. That's fucking weird.
She then tilted her head innocently.
Are you both siblings? Because you arrived together.
Resisted the urge to roll my eyes. Why would anyone else in class know what's going on here? Like, only Naomi knows. Shouldn't you clarify why you're asking that? I was really looking a little silly. Resist the urge to roll my eyes, knowing that Naomi already knew the answer. If she had been to that, if she had been talking to Nasser, Olivia speaking.
Yeah, but we're not related.
By blood, more whispers. About what? Adoption? Dang. Harsh. Too bad this is Disneyland and no one's gonna be mean about it. Something I didn't like as I briefly glanced at Sailor, Sinai's blinking at us with intrigue. I don't think blinking is very intrigue-filled. It's the eyes that do the work. Naomi was about to ask another question, only for Mr. Suki, fortunately, to step in and continue the class. Agreto daze. Eto segundo to hear you to speak about your experience outside Volcano High. God, please, I could feel stroke coming along. No è Paris retanto yoshito. Anonku nando riveachan. Olivia and I nod, making our way to the only seats left behind.
moving away the chair at Olivia's desk as she would slot her wheelchair in. When I moved into my seat, two of us sitting side by side. Hey, no kurasu. Everything said by Mr. Tsuki blurred beyond that point. Olivia and I pretty much glancing out the open window of the daydream. It couldn't help that with how unintelligible Mr. Tsuki was. Probably would have continued to ignore the lesson until I noticed a hint of sign peering behind me. How do you notice something behind you? I looked away from the window to see Stella staring at Olivia and me. Oh, God, please be a lesbian love triangle. Her eyes widening up and realizing she'd been caught. Or I would love it if she just knows. Immediately turning away with a slight even pretending to find Mr. Tsuki's class interesting as she fumbled at her desk. A deck of tarot cards under their feet, trying to discern. I would like it. There's a fun thing you can do where, like, because she's technically accurate, like the fortune telling is accurate. Not Goodbye Volcano High. That's the fun part. I like that Goodbye Volcano High takes tarot as it is, which is you just fucking work it. Whereas here they play tarot straight as it does as a game mechanic, which is a little lame because like Volcano High was willing to be honest with it at least. I would like it if Stella knows because the cards told her. It's just like the cards keep saying that you're from another fucking world. It doesn't make sense. What's going on, Anon? Why do I get these readings of you being responsible for some grand apocalypse? Like, all her cards tell her is that Anon is not... He doesn't belong here. He's an old man and everything else, you know what I mean? That'd be great. That'd be a fun twist. We're not getting that because this motherfucker couldn't make a good plot if I hit him in the face with it. You could hand him his script and he'd fuck it up. Class... Oh, wait. I'm gonna make a cut there and I'm gonna take a sip. Yeah, I can feel my throat starting to decay. I don't know why I haven't talked that much. Class finally ended. Olivia and I exited the boring session in a daze, already feeling Naomi breathing down both of our necks, ready to unload whatever interesting Volcano High fact she had in that voluminous head of hers before we went off to the next lesson. Found a certain pterodactyl already making his way towards us, and I was perking up as he spotted us. "And on, Olivia!" Pleasantly surprised, I smiled, greeting him alongside Olivia. Naomi pausing as she blinked. "Hey, Nasa, what's up?" "Nothing much. I just, Nasa shrugged. "Just want to see you both to your next class, if you don't mind." I was about to speak up, only for Naomi, as usual, to interrupt before either of us could say anything. "What, if you and Naomi? You have to establish you're talking about you or Olivia."
Oh, you don't have to go to the length to help out, Nasser. As student president, I can.
Oh, it's alright. Olivia cut her off before elaborating. "I mean, I don't mind Nasser coming along and stuff." She then wheeled herself toward Nasser and smiled. "Hold his hand! Hold his hand!" Naomi and I were watching them leave. I briefly peer at the pink parasol, admittedly expecting to find an envious gaze. Well, to see a saddened look on her face. Again, I would love it if they just establish if they are a ticket or not, because kind of a weird thing to leave hanging, all things considered. I guess that somewhat answered my question at the entrance, admittedly feeling bad enough to strike up some conversation regarding the classes. "So, Naomi," I speak up, garnering her attention. A slight flinch as she looked at me, resuming her cheery facade. "Do classes change every year?" "Oh, hell, we're getting a fucking excuse why next year's the same as this year."
Not quite, she beamed. To promote closer connections between students and teachers, classes only change every 2 years, so by the time you arrive in senior, you have the exact same room and teachers unless you explicitly request at the office that you wish to change by year's end.
Long sentence. However, yeah. Damn, I might have explained Stella not being a Miss Tsuki. She must have gotten tired of the English. Are there other English teachers? Don't you just have, like, one teacher for a subject? And that meant, if I was in those classes, those class periods would be unchanged going to senior. I mean that weren't those her electives, though? Didn't Fang go into music because of electives and stuff? Because music doesn't seem like something that's universally taught to students in, like, senior and sophomore years. Not very academic, you know. I'm into the 4th and 6th period, science and music. Fang would be there. A momentary... didn't Naomi explicitly put Anon in music class as an elective so he would be near Fang? Wasn't that the fucking plan? Why did you go there again, Anon? Wouldn't you go for boxing class? They probably got one. You know, with the spears, and he just knocks you out every time. I mean, he makes a good punching bag. Guy doesn't flinch. The momentary dazed realization is broken by the whispers in the hallway. The 4 of us now making our way through... I thought the other 2 left, but okay. The Technicolor You're one of the Anon, you're a Technicolor Dinosaur student. Fuck off. You're one of them now, asshole. And you've been one for years. Check it. The new students are hanging out with NASA. Oh, wait.
Check it, the new students hanging out with us. Especially the cripple. Did you know her, Chopin?
Jesus, cripple. Come to think of it, up close, that new guy kind of looks like a compy. No way they grow that tall. Meet Morb again? Why the hell is the student body so... I got the impression they were mean to Anon because they had no other fucking human students. But apparently they're just like this. Just burn it down, Anon. Get the school shooting going. They deserve it. Fuck these assholes. Fang was right. That's all I'm saying. Oh, who's this? Hey, Anon. My attention returned to my front. Oh, man, I got a spill on my shirt. Olivia looking at me as she and NASA stop by the elevator. Is your glass down the floor like mine? Listen, Olivia, if you want to go down the floor, just fall down the stairs. I'm sure that won't cause you to end up in a coma or anything. What a weirdly specific thing to say. I don't know, I met this guy called Nito. He seemed really cool. You know, pretty neato, if you ask me. I pause, nod, and then I smile in my snout. Now knowing my schedule like the back of my claw. How? It's been one class. Cool. You want to try the stairs then? Oh, they're doing this. I don't care. Anon is just showing off because Anon's a Gary Stew. Anon can do no wrong. Everyone thinks he's great. Okay, don't care, don't care, don't care. Here we go. It's finally time for science! Olivia and I quietly enter the lab room, most of the students having already arrived. Dr. Fernsworth was seated in his chair, hair tilted directly upwards, snoring loudly as he slept with a bit of drool trailing from the side of his maw. Should we, Olivia gestured to the teacher. And I infer... You don't... She doesn't infer, you infer. Asking if we should wake the teacher. Nah. Besides, I kinda don't want to introduce herself for the fourth time in a row now. Olivia paused before agreeing. Yeah. Okay, Olivia. Dang. The two of us quickly moved to a set of broad desks. Do you even know what a chemistry lab looks like, buddy? Once again, pulling a chair away so Olivia could... I mean, listen, the chemistry classes I've generally been, familiar with, they have standing desks, right? They have these really high chairs. Because the idea is that you're standing while you're doing the experiments, so that if you spill chemicals, they don't just, fall in your lap like that. It's easier to back off quickly and the like. I don't know why they did it. Maybe it was for electrical or piping purposes. Who fucking knows? But where I've been, generally speaking, if you had a chemistry desk, it wasn't ground floor. It was stool height. Like you could stand at the desk and do the work. Maybe that's not universal. I don't fucking know. Just always felt more logical to me. Because, in chemistry, you might move around a lot with these chemical things. We then waited for a few moments, a few more students. Don't use a few that often. Just say more students filing in. Like, you don't even need this. More students filing in before the bell finally rang. I mean, that filing fine. Like that. Dr. Fernsworth waking up with a snort as he slowly awoke. He woke up with a snort and then he slowly awakes. What are you doing? He then flinched in his seat. That's already Have some fucking confidence. I mean, you don't deserve it, but hey. Why are you all in my attic? What are you doing in my attic? If eccentric and senile could be combined, Dr. Fernsworth was a dancer. How is he eccentric? He's just senile at this moment. Encapsulated both. I wasn't asleep, that is. A few snickers sounded out from the students as he adjusted his thick-lensed glasses, realizing where he was. Oh, I see. I was mistaken. I was supposed to... He paused again, trying to recall the book. Good news, everyone. Today we have 2 new students in class. As if on cue, the door opened. Well, there she was. A distracted frown on her face. Not on her snout. Where'd the snouts go, buddy? Not unlike her brothers, as her amber eyes peered away. Snout. That's why. Closed shut. Not even a school bag on her back. Oh, dang. What fucking schools do you people... America needs to bat up. Because
Because I'm not even talking about fancy schools, man. Although I guess I do live in a country that gives a shit about what taxation's for and doesn't pay schools with fucking house taxes for some reason. What the hell were you thinking? Why?
Ah, our new student. Hello, Fang.
Fang blinked, completely stopped by the complete illogical statement. Just as confused as Dr. Fuzz. Huh? Laughter broke out in the room as I looked around. Get the feeling they weren't just laughing at Dr. Fernsworth senility as Fang gritted her teeth in frustration. How many times are you going to mistake me for a new student, Dr. Fernsworth? The teacher paused for a moment before planting a head to the side of his head.
Oh, silly me. The new student must be that Lucy girl.
I mean, admittedly, this is a good gig. This is a good bit. Fang immediately cut him off, her wings raised in aggravation as more giggles broke out. Dr. Fernsworth, I am Fang. I am not a new student. The elderly teacher seemed taken aback, nervously adjusting his glasses as he nodded. Oh, all right, of course. Hold on. Someone has told me that I need to look at the background art. Give me a moment as I look up the background art for science class. Where the fuck am I gonna find this? Classroom. No, the other classroom. Yeah, they a lot of these are just pictures they blur the fuck out of. I like it though. You know, it's a cheap way of quickly getting it done. It's not a product for profit, so a lot of common license stuff you can just slap in there. Oh, it's silence class. It's nice and easy. Oh, these are just flat. Jesus. Ugh. How is that a science class? How are you doing science? Ugh. Not that here's the funny part, right? One of the schools I was at, they had like a fume hood. They had like all the oil flasks. They had chemicals. I never did a science experiment there. Never. We just had all the technology. Every table had electric plugs. They had Bunsen burner gas lines and everything. We just never used it. In all the years I was there. We had it, we just didn't use it. So weird. Fang huffed, making her way down the aisles. I heard nearby whispers.
Jesus. Already half a year of this shit. So tiresome.
How is it half a...
Speak for yourself. That performance of her during the school trip was comedy gold.
Yeah, why didn't she try hitting someone with her guitar? What do you mean your students' test scores were low? Oh yeah, also test... Oh man. I just want to burn America to the ground. Is that a crime? Is that a crime? It's a statistic, okay? One person is a murder. If I burn down a whole fucking country, that's a statistic, okay? It's fine. I've got a lighter. I've got some kindling. I can make it work. It's gotta be very patient about this. I could just burn the politicians to the ground, though. That's faster. There's a lot less politicians than there are conventional Americans. But then I'd have to know who's who. And at that point, I'd be drawing conclusions and my methodology would be fundamentally flawed. I'll figure something out. I gotta get more lighters anyway. I mean, we all know they're doing it because they want to, you know, privatize schools and everything. Stupid idiot population who doesn't know what the fuck anything is. Whatever. I knew somewhat that Worm Drama had tried a few gigs before I had arrived, but also remember that Reed admitted the only successful performance was the Dino Moes. I resisted the urge to frown at their voices, hearing Olivia murmur something. Lucy? The baryonic silver eye seemed to scan the monochrome pterodactyl. It was possible she had already figured out Fang's identity. Pterodactyl sat from across from us, right beside a tiny microraptor with a wide round... Sage! She's a girl? Get out of here! Give me my trans man Sage, who has the only one of very rare few good scenes in Goodbye Volcano High. My man deserves a little something something, as they say. My shitposter Rhodobrim was already trying to discard the microraptor's existence from her name alone as Dr. Fernsworth spoke up. I mean, admittedly, Sage is a funny name. Because, you know, some people say it's the herb. I think the old wise man. Sagely Sage, coming right at you. Alright, class, we're having a lab on photosynthesis. Now, can I direct your attention? That's biology! Fuck off, Farnsworth.
I peer at Fang, a gap between our desks. Yes, there's generally gaps between desks, so chairs fit. And on, only to see her just directly stare at me. I mean, you did look awkwardly at her when you came into school, so that's your fault. I froze up, my heart briefly calling it quits as I instantly straightened up, averting my gaze to the front. Why was she staring at me? Was I being too obvious? Was it being weird? My panic thoughts was like an unwanted embrace, my claw tapping at the edge of my What? Nervous tick? It was only then I realized she had stopped that I calmed down and That's my better judgment. I peered again to see Fang with a phone out. Boots against the desk as she quickly tapped at a phone. Probably testing Trish. Fuck. Spent the rest of class doing my best impression of a statue. All trying to disperse the troubles. So, her phone password is still the same one, right? You can still hack into her phone, right? Come on, Anna, come on. Math class. Mr. Galdusky thankfully didn't give a crap about introductions, too engrossed with his math book. Didn't even notice our arrival as I came in alongside Olivia. Bag slung over my shoulder and looking around at the seating arrangement. How the fuck is he reading, like, sexy pornography in a... Like, I can understand that working with a class of 17 to 18-year-olds, because, you know... But anything else, and I imagine a teacher probably threw a shit fit over that. Listen, during my sex ed class, I learned that the uterus is fucking tiny. I know how it works. Time to call up that priest for another reason. Maybe with the horse race. Fang, why do you have horse ears? I'm not Fang, I'm a horse. Nee. God damn it. As well as... I like how Trish already hates you. I mean, she doesn't need a reason, but you know. Mr. Galducci, thanks for letting crap, but it's okay. Bag slung over my shoulder and looking at the seating area. Okay. As well as avoiding the murderous gaze of certain short purple. All you did is look at Fang. I mentioned she has more things on her head. Even Olivia seemed to notice, peering at Trish with a raised eye. Again, don't raise eyes, you raise brows. I'm gonna lose my shit if this keeps up. I mean, I just have to integrate it into this man's wrong lexicon. Spotting an empty double desk towards the back of the room, situated in the middle. Let's sit over there, I directed. I mean, she didn't sit down. You sat down, she rolled up. The first day and everything, like, he does know that the reason Olivia he does know that in Wanigator, Olivia sits at the front because moving a wheelchair into the back row is A, fucking annoying, B, come on. It's like he doesn't think about the actual logistics and why things are that way. Add it to the bingo card. Hell yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna pull out that bingo card. Once I get, let's say, 9 of these, we can make a little 3x3 bingo card. We can make a little 3x3 bingo card, and every time we read a sentence, we can just see if we can get a 3 in a row. I have a feeling we're gonna have a definitely. Like, this guy is just repeating the video game at this point. Why are you bothering? I don't know. Like, if everything is the same, like, why aren't you honing in on that? Why aren't you just making it about it being the same? Again, he's avoiding the fucking plot that he clearly has laying in front of him. I'm very annoyed that someone I really want to talk to isn't showing up. I want to beat him up. I'm going to beat him up real good. Encyclopedia Britannica is now an AI company? What? The fuck is going on? I think I need a bathroom break, actually. No, we'll do that in a bit. Okay. First day, and everything already felt way longer than it should have, as Mr. Galduski finally felt obliged to speak up, barely looking up from his math book. Alright, you frickin' nerds. Today's your lucky frickin' day. I got no frickin' material. It's the first day, jackass. Feel free to do whatever you frickin' want in your first frickin' lesson. I human. And then the pudgy human stood up and made his way out of the room. Olivia's snout dropped open. The rest of the students carrying on like business as usual, turning their seats to speak to their friends and hang out. Can he seriously just do that? I shrug, already knowing so, but of course feigning ignorance. I guess so. Pausing for a moment, I smile. You know, it'd be a good time for you to draw. It would be. She agreed and pulled out her bag to get a notebook out. No, she just go pull the notebook out. I'm all looking at her, I feel a sense of deja vu, as if something was heading towards my head. Why is history repeating itself and you're not calling it out? My body instantly reacted like it was an autopilot, snout, claw shooting out and catching the fast-moving material, sharp digiting closing it around it as Livy looks up from her notebook looking. What the hell was that? She finally asked as I slowly opened my claw, revealing a further crushed, balled-up wad of paper. I resisted the urge to sigh, instantly knowing without even having to read it. Looking up, Trish was raving me over. And not screaming and shouting over the shoulder of a teacher. Red face despite her purple scales and tears. Oh, god damn it. Anon! You do know Trish is going to think you're a chaser, right? Like, the thing that really bothers me about all of this is that if Trish and Fang are who they claim to be, they would be calling Anon a chaser. You're going after the girl because she's non-binary. You know. Like, fuck. If you're gonna use the material, use it. Like, the base game doesn't, but they didn't have time and space for that, and they're stupid. They're big dummies who don't know how this works. So I can't blame them. But you don't have that excuse. You have the time, the energy, and the freedom. Close my eyes for a moment. It'd be fun. It's fucking fun to talk about that concept. You know. And, like, it would work fantastically for Inko, actually. Because Inko is trying to be this metropolitan, cosmopolitan, worldly man. And he's, like, dating someone who's trans or non-binary or something who's transitioning. And then at some point, it's like, are you just a fucking chaser for brownie points? Like, are you just dating me because, you know, oh, man, look at me. I'm such a cool man. I'm dating a trans person. I'm dating a non-binary instead of, you know, a girl. Whoa, look at me. I'm incognito. I'm such an ally. That could work. It'd be funny. I think it's funny. I think it's an underexplored premise. Compared to what we got that's a bit more straightforward and straight-laced. Whatever. Moving on. Olivia tilted her head as I walked over. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's okay. We get this. So, what are we doing here? What are we... Like, I want to know what the plan is here, so let's move on quickly. Rhea was the first to greet me, just like when we had first met in my past life. Friendly smiles. Sup, compadre? Pausing for a moment, I smile. Not Jesus! We got 3 in a row! We smile, we nod, we pause. Sup? I then gestured for a fist as Reed's smile grew even wider. Returning... Just call it a fucking bro fist or a fist bump, man. Don't gesture for... What are you talking about? Trish did not approve, unsure of who to scowl at first, before ultimately deciding on me, arms crossing to indicate some form of perceived indignation. Whenever someone tries to scam you, respond with righteous indignation. You have a lot of nerve. Somehow, I already knew that Trish was referring to as she's continued. The reason Trish gave a shit is because you were a bigot, Anon. She's not this sensitive about this. Fang texted me, told me some compy creep was staring at them in class, just like he had done this morning. Although I guess if it's a repeat offense, that's a bit different. You seem to fit the bill. I mean, you saw him this morning, Trish! You both saw him! She could tell you it's the same one! Jesus! To be honest, I was fearful of interaction. You're taller and stronger, idiot! Fucking kill her, if you have to. But now, I was just too peeved and annoyed to consider all the bad before. Which was honestly refreshing as I shrugged. Yeah, but what I want to know is, what's the deal with Schnasser? You're a new student, so how do you know him? Don't try to lie, I don't know if you are. Because he wants to fucking kiss him already! But the writer's a coward! Resisted the urge to roll my eyes, remembering how horrible my relationship with... Yeah, you already established it, Anon, please move on. This time, I had to be better in putting the effort, perking up to ask. Can I at least get the name of my interrogators? Reed was the first to speak up. For the record and stuff, man, I'm just a spectator to all this. But the name's Reed. Reed, I pretended to... Jerk. Turning to Trish to offer, only for her hands to stay in her hoodie pockets. Trish, we're Fang's best friends. She finally answers as I nod. Again, you are nodding while she's answering? Why? Shouldn't you nod after the answer? Like, do you know what that means? It's like this man loves writing his stage directions, but he can't even get those right. Well, I'm Anon, and I just came from Mrs. Private in Janoga Park a few weeks ago, and I didn't ask for a life story. How do you know Nasser? I slightly frowned. I thought it'd be important for you to know the context, but if you want the short version, I've known him since 7th grade, and once again she cut me off. That's impossible. She scoffed with narrowed eyes. You really expect me to believe you've been a friend of his for 5 years? Fang would know that, and they would tell me. Pausing, I fight to keep a frown off my face. Well, did Fang know what Nasa did when he went for a trip from Meteor Bowl? No, all I know is that he went to some cushy school up in... Wait, so that's how you know him? Yeah, he's pretty far from home at the time, with Olivia and I. Who's Olivia? Another one of Nasser's friends? Why do you care so much about Nasser? Why isn't Naomi doing this, if anything? I guess Naomi already knows. Again, the big problem I have with this is that this is not relevant. Like, the reader doesn't care. Right? The reader doesn't have to know any of this, because we already know this. And, like, nothing really gets established. Isn't that Trish cares about Nasser for some reason? Like, I get that it's, like, via Fang, but, like, Trish cut me off again, and I opened my snout to answer. Only for another voice to speak up. Me. The air of us suddenly turned to see... Wouldn't you just know it's... Why would you turn? Like, my problem is you know it's Olivia. You know what she sounds like. You know what's going on here. Like, don't make a big deal out of it, buddy. Why are you suddenly turning? It's like it's like it's the cliffhanger to a manga chapter, and like you're not sure why it's a cliffhanger. Yeah, this would be a cliffhanger if we didn't know any of the fucking characters. We were Trish. Also, Reed is too chill to be surprised like this. He'd just be like, "Hey, I see the girl next to you." She looked scarily pissed, silver eyes narrowing with that scrutinizing gaze that made anyone anxious underneath its gaze. Don't do that twice. Currently, that stare was upon Trish, the Triceratops' eye widening as if her brain had just short-circuited before rebooting. What's your problem with Nasser? Yeah, what's the fucking deal here? Why are we having the scene that's in the video game, but different and not as logically cohesive? Yeah, she coughed. Orienting herself, she stared at Olivia's wheelchair like a deer caught in headlights. Oh, God, she better be one of those that at least gives someone a fucking character flaw to work with that isn't just in the games and seems to exist for no good reason. Before I say anything, I just wanted to give... Oh, okay, listen. I said a lot. I've said a lot. But if we're going here with her being an ally, if we're going here... I said I wanted it, and I like it. Gonna do a quick break, because I need to be full throttle for this part. Full throttle.
I'm back, baby. All right. I just noticed a sentence. People on the recording who just started watching. We might get something neat. Which makes sense for the characters, and I like it because we're exploring something new and exciting. Trish then coughed, orienting herself as she stared at Olivia's wheelchair like a deer caught in the headlights. Before I say anything, I just want to say that I want to give my respect to you. You as a paraplegic I know of. Olivia hung her head back, letting out a loud sigh in frustration that was completely silent. How is it a heavy sigh if it's silent? Before looking back with a frown, could you answer my question? Trish looked taken aback, peering down as she nodded awkwardly. Alright, well, for starters, he's Fang's for starters, he's Fang's sibling. He's her brother! He's just her brother. Or their brother, I guess. Like, the reason Fang is called a sibling is because Fang is non-binary and brother and sister don't apply because those are the binary terms. He's a brother. Okay? He is not anything other than a cishet male. Until he gets with Anon! Then it'll be cis home. Actually, I don't think that's how that works. And he's always causing trouble for us, them. Olivia asks, cutting off Trish's attack on the English. It's not that fucking bad, idiot. Jesus. Like, why is pronoun the hill you're gonna fucking die on? First off, the idea of like singular third person, they, them, already existed. Secondly, it's language. You are using the term pog-champing, you motherfucker. You're the asshole here. If anything. No, but pog-champing isn't new, then why isn't they them? If language is flexible, why can't it be made flexible? Or made more flexible. I don't know. I'm just very angry about this because this is so fucking weird to do if you've already done it. And also, your English sucks, author. The reason I kind of let them get away with it in the Snoot game is the English is mostly very good. It's probably a fault here and there because, you know, you always make a couple of mistakes to slip by. But, like, they've earned it. They've earned it. And also, Anon's a fucking asshole. So he gets to do it. There are reasons for it, and I'm okay with it. I'm willing to let Anon be a fucking asshole because that's who he is. Like, Anon should be better than this. At this point. Or at least not care. You know, be like, eh. Also, you dated that woman. Person. Like, it made sense when he wasn't... At this point, Anon, this doesn't make sense for you to say. Olivia should be the one saying this because she's new to the concept. Right? Why can't Olivia have the fucking lines you clearly want her to have? Or that clearly belong to her? Yeah, you know, Anon, the reason you shouldn't say mean stuff is because you're a Gary Stu, you're a Mary Sue. You're Mary Sue. You're such a great Gary Stu, you can be called a Mary Sue and it's fine. You're perfect. You can't do fucking wrong. Trish is intimidated and thrown out. You're perfect. Perfect. Second try, perfect run. S rank, marvelous. Triple S, triple X, triple whatever. They get whatever, platinum, triple platinum, or whatever. I don't know. Ranks are weird. Them. Olivia asked, cutting off Trish's attack on the English. How is it an attack on the English language instead of a pre-existing condition? As I realized, this was the first time the baryonyx was exposed to these concepts. What? You never talked about your previous life's girlfriend, Anon? Come on, man. Share your love life. You know, Olivia, before I was born as a compassacral source, I used to date this non-binary girl. The hell's non-binary? Oh, listen, this is a whole goddamn story. You won't believe it. Anon, I'm like 3 years old. Don't worry about it. You'll get it. This is gonna be ugly. Why? Can't Olivia just be chill with it? Like, what is stopping Olivia from just being like, oh, okay, I don't care. You can be ambivalent instead of loving or hating it, you know? I mean, I guess he knows Olivia well enough to know what she's gonna go with. Who's them? What do you mean by Fang? Like, didn't she already put this together in the last one? Where this... Your teacher in the last class, in fourth period, in science class, the teacher called, like, you know this, Olivia, you know this. Whoa! I got 10 big stars, 10 small stars. Silent Hill, let's go.
Olivia tilted her head. I thought Nas's sister was Lucy. Trish seemed to be losing her cool. Her teeth gritted all the while, meagerly attempting to maintain the facade of calm. After all, it'd be bad optics to be yelling, well, hold on. Well, you see, Frank is non-binary, and Lucy is her name. Trish smiled as if with pride. I mean, listen, I'm all for that stuff, but this is where it gets bad. As in, where Trish oversteps the boundaries and the lines and it gets weird. I help them discover their true self, and I kind of like the idea that Trish is pulled between, like, being an ally and being nice, and, like, I always got the impression that that Trish did this non-binary stuff because it gave her something to wield as a cudgel. Like, she doesn't actually believe in any of that stuff. It's just convenient for her. And it helped her, you know, get Fang into an interesting news. It was all convenience. It was never about Fang. And as a result, being confronted with Olivia should be this moment where she, like, realizes, fuck, I actually have to try, and I can't. You know, point for interesting events to happen. You know, that's a fun story to write. Trish being... I mean, to be honest, I had in the new verse, there are 2 big chapters, and, like, the first one is, like, Trish. And I always had the idea of, like, Trish is either a trans man, and, like, the awakening changed her. No, trans woman, because she is a girl by the time Anon arrives. And that'd be a fun thing to talk about. Especially because it's like an extreme, and it's always fun to talk about extremes. Because they are extreme! You know what I mean. Olivia wasn't listening. I mean, to be fair, she's been listening to Naomi all fucking day. Olivia's listening budget is just bleh. Pondering as she peered down. Pondering, peered down, pondering. So that's what Nasser's been dealing with. I mean, admittedly, Olivia would probably know, because, again, Olivia's been talking to Nasser a lot when he was over during that. However, I was under the impression the non-binary stuff is fairly recent, to the point that this would not have been the case 5 years ago when it was a meteor bowl. However, I would understand that Lucy being fucking weird was part of that discussion. So he's like, oh, so this is the new thing. Would be a better way to do it, because that way you imply all those conversations she had. Like, oh, that's the thing of the moment, huh? I don't know. I feel like you could do this better, make it sexier, you know? Smooth and slick. You know, if I ever do an extreme stream, I will do it in a monster truck. I'll hire one. We'll drive over some cars and get caught by Carzilla. You know, I don't know if streaming getting eaten by Carzilla it counts as vor, but we're gonna find out. A pause, and then Trish finally lost it. The hell is that supposed to mean? Reed finally acted, gently grasping the Triceratops. Whoa, Trish! My vibe! Stop harshing them! Chill out! The Velociraptor urged as Olivia looked at me, completely disregarding the Triceratops freakout. I'm not saying those words, sorry. That's just a personal choice I'm making. You can say them as much as you want. But I know what it's really about. And someone I know will kick my ass if I try. Actually, I know multiple people that will try to kick my ass if I try. Just for that sentence. Senator, I might lose you, but I will gain a powerful new core audience. Only if... Listen, I'm in the car that Carzilla's eating, okay? He's eating a monster truck, I'm in the monster truck streaming. Are they voring the audience of the stream? I'll be back at the desk. The baryonyx flatly stated as I nodded. I like how Olivia doesn't feel like an introvert, but just, like, capable of everything. Turning herself to wheel away. Why not just roll backwards, Olivia? Just roll backwards. You know, like a rewind. Also, it looks cooler because you're, like, staring at her. Yeah, nice art from nice friends. There we go. Alright, let's move on. I then looked back to Reed and Trish. Hey, listen. I decided to extend an olive branch. Okay, so I would like to remind you, we've already called back this. Anon, shouldn't you be a little more fucking understanding to the woman who you saw as she lost her friend, and also you attended the goddamn funeral? You saw her at the funeral, Anon. Shouldn't you be nicer? Oh, that's some burps. Like, seriously, Anon. I thought you were a better fucking person.
Why are you being an asshole to someone that you know was at a funeral, crying her heart out and terrified to death? Anon's a Mary Sue, but, Trish sucks. The whole fucking point of the story is that Trish doesn't suck. Well, she does suck. She's terrible. She needs to learn her ways. But she's not an innate evil that has to be killed or something. Anyway. Also, he's 35. Why do you care about teen drama? I care about teen drama because I'm reading the story. Okay? I just want my teen drama. I'll apologize to Fang. I didn't want to make them uncomfortable. But regarding... Oh, wow, he's actually doing the pronoun thing right. Okay, points for Anon. But regarding their brother, Nasa, I shrugged. I know he sometimes gets the wrong idea, or is super bad with his words. But he's a good dino at heart. Give him a chance when you can. Wow, you can. Or at the very least, let's just agree to disagree about him and move on. Okay. So Anon's mature? I guess. Trish hardly seemed convinced, still staring at me with that nettoed gaze. But Reed, on the other hand, peered at me with an expression that seemed attentive for once, unmired by any cough overload. I could have been fooled to think it was all. No, he's onto you. Like, Reed is a world, like like with Damien, his intelligence is social. He's smart socially speaking. He might be terrible with his, I mean, he's also a savant, but whatever. Giving both of them a parting smile. Here, let me just tear my snout off and give it to you so you can have it. I turned around, rejoining Olivia. She continued to draw. Reed and Trish both peering at me. Give it one last glance. Don't they just give you one last glance? Why did they have to peer with it? Resuming whatever conversation they were having before. It sure was pleasant. Olivia sarcastically remarked as I chuckled, giving an annoying smirk as she sighed. You're not giving her an annoying smile? No, I know. Everyone's fighting their own battles. Her own smile built on her snout as she continued doodling. A new technique with dipping the... you're just fucking copying the fucking video game. Doesn't mean I wasn't gonna destroy her shin with my footplate if she decided to battle me with her, mean stuff. I mean, yeah, that's the right move to make. Retro car fentanyl to break me. I mean, if you take enough carf, you'll float out eventually. Hold on, I'm waiting for someone to make the worst move of their fucking life in chat so I can beat them up for it. I'm waiting. No doubting that. I agree with the chuckle. Okay, that wasn't too bad, but I have some serious issues as I mentioned. Alright, lunchtime, baby. Our characters are just lunch boys. All they do is lunch. Even though Anon in his previous life wasn't all that food motivated. Like, he liked food. He knew what food was. But I wouldn't say he was defined by it, and neither was Olivia. Like, listen, I understand that she was very eating at house and dinner, but like at school and lunch she wasn't, you know. Lunchtime, Olivia and I were just staring at the gourmet choices, the edges of our snouts watering. Ew, that's you have a runny nose. Gotta get a handkerchief. Cementing this moment as the high point of our day. Not the highest point, you say the high point of our day. We didn't even know where to begin. Myself rubbing my claws together as Olivia grabbed a tray. Two of us went ham. That looks good. I'll take it. Putting drinks to the side. Is that filet mignon? I'm grabbing it. What about pizza? Think it's any good? Pausing for a moment, I grab a slice of my old friend, the pseudo-pizza, the pizza mimic, holding the titanium crust with my claw. You don't have to say hard, by the way. You can just have some confidence in your metaphor, buddy. Have some confidence in your metaphor. And then tapped it against the metal bar. It dented. Why are you hitting it so hard? You bingus? That's property damage. I didn't mean the pizza. Olivia stared wide-eyed at the food items as I put back the lethal weapon. I wonder what the sauce is like, if like the crust is this hard. Like, what's the sauce? Man, I wanted to get pizza yesterday, but I was home so... Like, yesterday I was having a Christmas dinner and I didn't get any fucking food. So I went home, and when I was home, wah, Safi, guess what? All the stores are closed now. You came home just a little too late. You should have gone by the pizza store when you had the chance. Fuck me. He already could, because he had a lunch card. And it was like, no, there's no loan or anything. You can just get whatever. But fair enough. You could say that because he's poor, he tried to avoid being too much of a burden on people or himself in the future. That's fair enough. But I would like that to be pointed out at first. Because, you know, it's a fun thing to point out. Like, I always had a sweet tooth, or I always was a bit of a gourmet, but I never had the chance to express it. You know, he's a trans gourmet person. Anon switching from poverty to rich. No, I answered before perking up. Ooh, are those ectons? By the time we read the cachet, we were... Why are you being so visual with your gags? Again, just make the fucking comic, man. A few containers stacked this up for one another, so Olivia showed off her key card. I like how the key card is also for, like, this. It's so weird. There was nothing more satisfying than seeing a prize of was $150. Why does your school even sell stuff like that? Jesus. Why don't they just extort the parents at this point? Go down to a clear 0. The two of us turned around, my foster sister resting the tray on her armrest as she wheeled herself beside me. You already said the two of us in the sentence, my man. They're literally above each other at this in this frame. Nodding at passing dinosaurs who just won the lottery, most of them peering with awe at the moment. Like, also, it's 6th period and now it's lunchtime. I don't think there's 6 periods before lunchtime, man. Also, somewhat more important, you're gonna get a tummy ache, you bingus. I know you're very brave, Anon, but a tummy ache's a big deal. What the hell? Squirrel predators, Bay Area squirrels are killing and decapitating en masse study. What? That's a hell of a sentence. Okay, let's go back to the story. Because things are... we're back to... Find an empty table. Olivia placing the tray as we begin sifting through the food. Organizing plates as I peered up. Trish, Reed, and Fang were at... Trish, Reed, and Fang were at the lunch line, getting their own food as I paused. Why are you pausing? Knowing the group would be heading to the auditorium, joyfully discussing something as they disappeared with their trays into the hallway. Again, I have a huge issue with how everything is a single string of actions. It's just very confusing and difficult to keep track of. Let actions breathe with a full stop. Even after my conversation with Trish and Reed, I never felt any stranger to them. Oh shit, I almost hit the stop recording button. Whoops. I never felt any more stranger to them than this exact moment as Nasser and Naomi arrived, eyes blinking in disbelief at the sight of our feast. Again, the phrasing is such that it implies that you are the one blinking in disbelief. He paused, I almost got a bingo. Whoa. Noticing them, I dismissed my saddened thoughts, waving at them with a smile. At your saddened thoughts? Hey, you two want to sit with Olivia and me? Olivia and I, Anon. I then pointed some wraps. We haven't got you some food. I can't eat all this, so I'll get a tummy ache. I might be very brave, but a tummy ache's a big deal. Naomi waved with her hand, closing her eyes at that fake smile.
Oh, that's all right. You see, I only eat vegan.
Good thing we got you a vegan TLT. Broodje burger, ketchup, tomaten. Broodje burger, ketchup, tomaten. Broodje burger, ketchup, tomaten. That's how he does it with the SpongeBob in the burger episode. The pink parachute eyes reopened, shocking them as Olivia produced another wrap. And Anon said to get this foot-long Philly sub for you, Nasser. His entire face lit up. Shit, are you for real? The giant, an excited smile on his snout. It's my favorite choice. He looked at me as he sat, because Anon is the best, and he can do no wrong. Naomi blankly staring at the TLT I'd given her. How'd you even know I like that, Anon? I just guessed. I mean, you took one of everything. You didn't have to guess. He forgot the pickles! We called him Al-Herc. That episode still was funny. Still fucking weird. I love it. I love that everything he says about the burger also is actually burger terminology. It's fucking great. If my snout were a lie detector like Dinocchio, do you like Giorno? My snoot would have grown the length of the entire cafeteria. It's one lie, man. It grows a little bit. With all of us sat, we began eating, myself digging into the juicy filet mignon. know if those are supposed to be. I'm probably thinking of a different kind of meat. But I know there's like a Frenchy, a fancy French meat where it's like not supposed to be juicy. Like the sauce is supposed to do the work, but I'm probably thinking of something else. I think of tartar, but that's supposed to be like served half raw, right? Like, I don't like medium rare. Okay? Okay? I'm confessing to it right here, right now. I like my meat well done. I don't like red meat. It's just weird to the texture. Blech. Blech. And all you fucking Americans are so, oh man, if it's well done, you're fucking, fuck off. We didn't invent cooking for this. Here, eat your raw slab. Get out of my life. Also, why is this a fucking dill pickles? Why is that a hill you want to die on? I will kill you. So you can die on that hill of yours. Clearly so fucking important to you. All the while, Olivia cut into her oven-roasted brazzino. Nasa was tearing into the end of the gifted cell ball, and Naomi modestly bit into her TLT. It just felt kind of nice, all four of us eating like a group. Oh. Yeah, like, there's so many moments where they could hint at the past timeline, they just don't. Like, even just in, like, a wink-wink, nudge-nudge, smile kind of way, where it's not really, you know. I have committed Guruhoshi, thank you. And I will continue to do so for the rest of my goddamn life. I do not like undercooked meat. I do not. I mean, admittedly, I don't like shrimp either for similar reasons. Let's put it on a different track. I'm getting a little sick and tired of this one. Yeah, let's go with this. I like this song, it's great. I like how he's like, fuck kind of nice as a group, you know? Kind of weird, because you never ever ate with these people at once. You've eaten with Olivia and Nasser, and Naomi and Nasser. But never like this? Good, guess food really does have that ability to bring everyone together. I was about to chomp down the last bit of filet mignon, need a pause, snout left open and fork halted. Stella was looking directly at me from another table, eyes widening as she turned away. Pretending to mind her own business as the Sekisoros ate some homemade bento box. Frowning slightly, I wondered for a moment what the deal was before shrugging, deciding now was not the time. I'll probably get a chance to talk to her at some point. We all finished our food. Nasa thanking us to eat the last of his supper. Thank you so much, you two. Though, I guess this means I'll never be able to pay you back for the lunch back at 7th grade. Oh yeah. It's not that expensive, though. I chuckled, shaking my head. That's all good, bro. Still can't believe you remember that. Naomi then... Oh, what's it? Her tone was meager. She herself seemingly realized before she showed her plastic personality.
What is this about a sandwich I hear? This sounds like an interesting story.
Olivia answered, engrossed in her because she drew. Nasser forgot his wallet in the dorm. So me, Anando, and Warden offered her some of our lunches to him. I guess it was kind of funny. Yeah, I still remember those dino nuggies you gave to me. Just like, why the fuck did you bring those? Like, those don't keep. So an awkwardness came into his tone. I mean, Fang, she still loves those. I kept yours. Those are rotten by the time. Yeah, I kept them. I forgot to mention in the beginning, but aliens ever visit us, they are gonna get the infamous indomitable human spirit in the butt. They're gonna get the indomitable human spirit in the butt, or in our butts, depending on the situation and what tools are available. We'll make it work. Don't worry. We have adapters for all shapes and sizes. They gotta have the hip motion though, or the head motion. They gotta have something. I could see the baryonyx raising an eye. Raise your bets. About to open her snout only for the pterodactyl to quickly say, speaking of which, what are you drawing right now? She ceased her doodling. Ugh. I don't care! Look at it yourself if you really want to. Don't care, don't care. This is completely useless stuff. God wanted aliens to live, we would have made them in our image. Aliens are gonna put us in zoos, and I, for one, enjoy the regular feed. Oh yeah, this is actually kind of interesting. No, so try to explain it. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah, it's like, I'm glad you can still draw. Loses glasses for adequate, so you can still draw. What's that supposed to mean? I'm just gonna skip to the end. Okay, no, we're not smoothing this over in a sentence. Just so good to see you can still draw. What's that supposed to mean? Olivia joke, turning a notebook around, she continued drawing. Unfortunately, I don't think NASA understood. I mean, even though I can't walk anymore, what I mean is that despite you being I'm not in a straitjacket, Nasser. What the hell? Dang it. Dang it. Ah, shit. Sometimes I wonder what part of Nasser's head picked out the worst wording to use in any situation. He finally stopped himself, eyes flittering, fluttering between Olivia and a wheelchair. I'm sorry. Olivia tilted her head. For what, dude? However, it seemed that in this brief moment of weakness, Naomi took advantage, cutting Olivia off with a cheery smile.
For having to carry all that food for us.
That was definitely not it. But NASA, for some reason, seemed to latch on to that explanation. The heck is this? Hold on. My trap has been sprung. I must now assault this person with information. He made the worst mistake of his life, because I had all these lined up and ready to shoot. As they say, shots fired. Free from taxes, Zoom might be true. I think any species that makes it to space doesn't really do money in the usual way anymore. The money economy just is not congruent with what it takes to go to space, in my opinion. It's too expensive. There's too little return of investment. It's humanity's passion project, the greatest passion project, because it requires us to stop being fucking stupid. I mean, it's fair enough. It's hard to go to space. It takes big brains. Very big brains. And a lot of economy. That was definitely not it, but Nas, for some reason, seemed to latch onto it. Oh, yeah, he said with an unsteady smile. And,
I'm going to the office to organize some papers. NASA, do you want to come with me?
The exclamation point should be here, and the comma should be here, because the real statement is that, you know, as our prostate accepts. No, I may offer, but it felt like urging as she stood up. More like commanding, you mean. Expectantly waiting. Sure. He quickly stood up, avoiding Olivia's gaze, joining Naomi as the two walked off, the pink parallel, waving goodbye at us, having once again doubled down on her frustratingly annoying persona. The fuck, NASA? At this point, I couldn't even get angry at Naomi, as he was outright going along with her to get away from us. Just when I thought everything was going well between us and him, it was just like he just slammed the wall down around him. Worst of all, Naomi looked down at her notebook with a sad expression on her face. Did I do something? I looked at her, realizing there were more important things to take care of at the moment, smiling warmly as I shook my head. Of course not. Nas is just dealing with some stuff like being stupid. He's got a big case of the idiots. She paused, but didn't even nod as she continued to peer. It's like this man wants me to get the bingos. I should just put up a thing that's like, here are 3 things. If we get 3 in a row, we get a point. And we see how many points we end up with. But that's too much record keeping for me. I'm too tired. What is this? My AU for Undertale is Torio has a Scottish accent that was so thick, nothing she said could be understood. It keeps everything in check. Why she's alone, why she doesn't get visitors, and why the main character wants to leave ASAP. Oh, I'm not gonna bother right now. I can't do it without Nessie's text. It inspires me to do it correctly. Anyway, we'll do one more recording. Last recording, and then we're doing the links, and we're just gonna go home and go to bed, I guess. Actually, I think I know where we're going with this. Hold on, I know just the song for this. Dino Destiny Reader, Stellar Rework 2. Mr. Jingo said, oh wait, we're doing a Fang scene first? Okay, we're doing a Fang scene first, hold on. And then I need a different song. Nah, that's too dramatic. Hold on. Ah, sure, we'll do this one. I haven't done one, so use this one in a while. Hold on, I have to beat this guy up. He's being a jerk. Mr. Jingo said nothing as I answered. Already completely passed out atop his lavish love seat. Headphones on to blot out the outside world. In all honesty, I kind of wish I was doing that at the moment, having recently come to a realization. Oh no, I was wrong about the periods. Whoops. I had my cake, but not only could I not eat it, I was unsure if I could even stomach it. Did I really think I was just gonna show up at Volcano High again and just fix everything? Anon, if you just don't do anything, Fang won't shoot up the school. Like, the shooting of the school is such a ridiculous extreme. You could do nothing, and it would be better. Isn't that fucking funny? Literally, doing nothing. Luigi wins by doing nothing. Okay. If anything, it felt like there was even more ground to cover. So much being unsaid, Olivia Nasa coming to mind. So being all confident coming here, and now... You didn't come here! Your parents moved because of Olivia, you fucking clownless clown! You're making it sound like you moved over here. Like it was your idea. You just agreed to it. I sat down, feeling a weight in my chest. That's called your heart and your lungs. I wasn't sure. It's also all the food you ate, you bingus. I wasn't sure where to start or what to do. Again, if you do nothing, you'll win, idiot. Also, in ending one, it's kind of like you don't care that much, all things considered, or you're being extremely lackadaisical about it. Letting out a sigh, I slumped in the seat before noticing a figure approach, arms crossed beneath her black top, amber eyes peering away as if distracted. You... She then looked directly at me. That would have worked way better. Compy. Once again, she said the slur, as if completely unused to it. I like how she's just slurring people now. I always thought it was like a human dinosaur thing, but no, everyone is just racist. To everyone. You can save the timeline and look outside. There's a big booty Latina I mean, yeah. Technically speaking, he would avoid by going with Rosa. That's what I mean. It's like ending one is so extreme. It only works if Anna does jack shit and makes things worse. But if he just does nothing, it's fine. Once again, she said the slurs, as if completely unused to it, possibly trying to mimic Trish. Trish said, "You owe me an apology." I gaze up at her, pausing for a moment as my heartbeat quickened. Doki doki! And I just think there of the roof. Making out with my girlfriend, and how much I begged. Back away from over there, please. Hold on. Hold on. Ba 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 bum. Ba ba da ba da ba ba da bum. Oh, he does say that. Yeah, you just took all the fucking lines directly, huh, buddy? Wow. He copied it so directly, he left in Fang's ellipses. And Anon's ellipses. He just took all the text directly. What the hell? Latinos are temporary, but goth girlfriends are eternal. I don't know, man. I have no experience with either of these. I'm not American. Even in the last moments, I've been selfish. Well... Oh, so Fang's insecure. That's kind of cute.
I mean, this is like a year before senior. Like, we're in sophomore year, so Fang being a little bit meh. That would be cute. That would be cute. Pausing for a moment, I slowly stood. Anon, you're in class, sit down! Fang blinking as she took a step back, unexpectedly sizing me up. You're so tall now, Anon! Tall, 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 tall! All the times you were suffering, Fang, I just let it happen. For the control of your life that you wanted, I tried to take away. No, you didn't do jack shit is the problem. You didn't do anything. You were just like, I guess it's fine. I'm supporting Fang by doing jack shit. For when you needed something, I gave you nothing. That's true, though. You gave her less than nothing, and that's why she did it. Don't call me. Oh, man. Oh, man. Shit's going down. And some... Oh, I got some spicy drama over here. I smiled, finally understanding that smile she gave me on that roof. The sad realization just how much you had hurt the one you loved the most. Yeah, that's kind of why she's upset. She's like, I wanted to spare you from this, and instead you get yourself shot, you idiot. You're that bad at your job, Anon. Words finally exiting my snout. Worms ate into way more than they could ever hope to possibly accomplish. I'm sorry. Time seemed to stop for the two of us. Fang taken aback by my expression, as if seeing something she had never seen before. Then it stops. Pterodactyl looking away. Good. She looked back. But if I see you staring at me again like I'm some piece of meat, I'll Fang paused, coming up with a verdict on the spot. Kick your ass. Fang! Save it for the bedroom. I simply nod. Pterosaur looking at pausing to look at me one last time, a hint of perplexion on her features, on her complexion, before finally turning away, moving to a chair and slowly picking up a guitar. I need to leave. Turning away, I moved towards the door and opened it. Before I exit, I could feel two eyes upon me. As I peered back ever so slightly, see an amber orb, staring with an expression of familiarity is the best I could put it. Fang realizing that I hadn't noticed her staring as she looked back down. Yeah, you hypocrite! Come over here, hypocrite. We're fighting it out right here, right now. Pretending to ignore me as she began strumming a guitar. But I was gone before hearing anything for my own sake. I won't be able to listen to her playing on the guitar without breaking down. Speaking of which... Hold on. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, man. Oh. He is not getting... Oh. What the hell? Sorry, someone is posting very horny things at me, and I need to give him a firm chewing out. I'm rolling up my sleeves, and I'm going to give him some, as Fang put it, kick his ass. But I was gone before hearing anything, for my own sake. Yeah, I imagine that's very nostalgic. I wouldn't be able to listen to her playing on the guitar without breaking... That's gonna make music class... Why did you sign up for it, then? Speaking of which, I raised an arm to my eyes, letting out a shaky sigh, wiping away the stray tears in my eyes as the cuff of my camo jacket became stained. So, like, the reason you want to do short sentences is not just for structural reasons, it's also because it makes it seem like someone is, like, choking up and constantly stopping their thoughts. You can communicate things with structure. Who knew? It's so weird that he has this... Anyway, I'm giving someone some shit. I got sleeves rolled up and giving them shit. God damn it. Everyone is waking up. I need to give so many people so much shit right now. Yeah. Bullying at full potential. I could have paused the recording, but you need to know that my life is exciting, filled with adventure of telling people to shut the hell up. Oh man, it's I'll be honest, I was waiting for the drama, and we're getting some. Wringing my hands together, baby. We're getting the good stuff. Thank God I didn't seem to mumble anymore. Probably I'd be at it as a shih tzu, if I did. But at least it felt like I'd gotten something off of my chest. I should have italicized that, you know, for that little emphasis. The weight was still there, but not as ever present. With my tear gone and ready to roam the school for the rest of my future. I like how you just went to music class, you fucked off seconds later. The teacher isn't awake. I could just... No, you're still going to get caught by the hall monitor. I noticed a familiar Stegosaurus and turned the corner of the hallway, carrying an entire deck of tarot cards. Why doesn't she have a deck holder? She should have a deck holder, a little pouch, or a box. Is it from Ultigard, or whatever they're called? Are they double-sleeved with dragon shields? What are the other one called? God damn it, I used to know all these brands on top of my head because it's funny to just pull out on moments of notice. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Please do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain as I look up Tolarian Community College review videos for the titles. What are they called again? Something with a K, right? Oh! KMC! There we go. Also, he did a review recently on some pretty cool ones. I mean, the problem is that tarot cards traditionally are, like, taller, so they wouldn't fit in those normal boxes. But, you know, I'm pretty sure that you could get some of those cool boxes. Where's the video? Where's the video? New Dex boxes. From, the Quiver Nexus, though. The Game Genix. The Xeno skin. Or whatever they call it. Xeno leather. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah! Yeah! Do a tarot reading on a Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle deck! On the... What is it called? Battle arm thing. Hold on, I'm just gonna see if I can find it. What is the arm thing called? It's called a dual disc! I'm gonna read your fortune with my dual disc! Oh, by the way, my brother, right? He had one of those! He had one of those! It's so cool! And there's a little thing on the side you can pop out to put land cards in! Field cards! It's so cool! However, it was made for kids, and we outgrew it a little fast, so it was a little tight. But it's so stupid cool to use, though. It's such a heavy clink. It was awesome. It was so neat. You know, it had little dials for your life points. It had a section for your graveyard. And it was just nice. You had the little bottom section. I don't know. It's a prop that fucking worked. Unlike the Power Glove, it's so good. Oh. Oh man, I just found something out that is a lot less pleasant, and that's that apparently that guy I was yelling about earlier, did some big no-nos. Big no-nos. That's a big no, and I'm gonna hit him on the head for it if I get the chance. Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck? I knew it was kind of silly, but this is bad. Ugh. Anyway, enough about dual discs. Anyway, her cyan eyes widening as I pretended to ignore her, approaching her from the other direction. Oh, I got the hiccups. I gotta drink some water. Sorry. What are you trying to do, Stella? I'm not buying your tarot cards. She's trying to act inconspicuously, shuffling through her entire deck before tilting to the side as I passed. Oops! Stella tried to bump into me, but I had already anticipated it, sidestepping and avoiding her as her eyes widened, feeling nothing to break her fall. Ah! My single arm caught her. You have only one arm? Why do you describe it as a single arm that implies you have no other arms? I put my Hierophant in defense mode and end my turn. I play the world as my field card. The tower. Upside down. You're not supposed to announce the cards you put down upside down. That's called a power move. Psychological warfare, Yugi. I don't even know who I'm trying to be with this. No one.
need to... I need to establish... Dang. I draw a pot of greed. Stella, why did you shuffle your Yu-Gi-Oh deck in there?
I don't know, in case I need to do both.
Anyway, I single-arm card it, but the same cannot be said for the tarot cards, slipping from your panicked hands as the entire deck messily scattered across the floor with clatter. There should not be a comma there. I know you need more of those, but you don't need that one. I easily put her back onto her feet, the Stegosaurus staring at me with saucer eyes.
How did you?
She then looked at the floor. Bemoaning? No, she'd just be moaning, actually.
My cards!
Or screaming, I guess. Holding my head, I watch as she knelt down. Squat! Put in those little reps. Trying to sift through them. Did you try to bump into me or something? She paused, looked at me. Had about a mysterious and aloof look, despite her hands already desperately trying to reorganize the card.
I was merely seeing what the fates had in store upon our contact.
She nodded.
The card I dropped would have been a good determinant.
Well, you definitely dropped a card. Stella froze up before a big smile drew us.
You're right, this is actually perfect. Here, grab 3 cards from the pile. The first one be your past, second be your present, the third one future.
You can't just run them through them that quickly. How did you do it? I used my Stando Zavarido. You might think that you are powerful, because violence breeds violence, but I have a stand, and standing breeds standing! That's how Star Platinum gets stronger. Or something, I don't fucking know. Jesus Christ. I resisted the urge to roll my eyes. Kneeling down. You trying to be a fortune teller? The Stegosaurus paused, slightly miffed. What a new word.
I am a fortune teller.
Emphasize the am. Well, does the fortune teller at least have a name, or is she planning to do one of those shady back alley fortune? Or is she planning to be one of those shady back alley fortune tellers?
Cards first.
She demanded in a half as I chuckled, shaking my head, deciding to enable her. Pick up the first card. It was the skeleton of a dinosaur, riding atop an old fossil with a banner. Oh, it's death. So, let me pull out my tarot deck, which again is right next to my actual fucking seating area, because I'm just cool like that. Let's pull out the death card. That is the Knight of Cups, Safi, not Death. Death is a Skeleman. Death drank his milk. He's got that bone structure. Also, draw some fucking minor arcana, my man. Those are great. I love me the minor arcanas. 1, 2, 3, why don't you count with me? And we'll go 1, 2, 3, why won't you count with... Found it. Okay, so Death, as a card, is interesting. In case you don't know, the Death card does not just feature the Pale Rider. He carries with him a banner, upon which sits a white flower. He rides atop a pale horse, but he is greeted both by the sun in the distance shining between 2 towers. But he's also near a river, a corpse, and several people begging for their life, and a some sort of priest figure greeting him. You can read into that however you like, you know? You can read into that in many ways. It is a fun and flexible card if you're willing to do tarot the fun way. But of course, the boring interpretation, I guess it's about... Let's see what the little booklet that this comes with has to say about the Major Arcana. Again, I own the... Hold on. It says the Rider Tarot deck, but it is the Smith-Waite Tarot deck. RWS Tarot. Yep. Let's look it up. Comes with a little booklet. Which one's Death? Death is 13. End mortality, destruction, corruption. Reversed, inertia, sleep, lethargy, petrification, and somnambulism, aka sleepwalking. So yeah, it definitely does just mean fucking death. I'm sorry to tell you, buddies, but people say that because cartoons are scared. And Anon did die. And so did Fang. So, like, he is surrounded by death in his past. So that's a great one. I guess it's the most on the nose, but what a fucking hardball pick you're going with, buddy.
Ah, your past. Death, upright. There was an ending, but also a change, a transformation.
Well, no, it's one of them, but it's not like all of them. It doesn't have to be. She then
Draw the next!
I drew for a second. Why does that? You choose for a second. Drawing is just the action of picking the card up. Picking up a card. That's drawing, you idiot. A dinosaur in the sky whose scales seem to the stuff of stars in the night sky. He was labeled XVV, the star. Well, of course he is. Where's the star? Oh, I got the tower here. Page of Swords, Pentacle, Chariot, Queen of Swords. Who's this? That's the Three of Pentacles. The lovers. The devil. The devil's nude! And also are the people in front of him. They got the pee-pee and the boo-boo out. I don't want to know about it. You keep those to yourself, ladies. Where is the star? Sorry, it takes a while to go through an entire fucking tarot deck. It's a lot of cards, okay? It's more than a usual playing card deck. Because you don't just have the playing cards, you also have, like, the extra 22 Arcana, so you're, like, basically 1.5 times as big. Zamun. Hold on. How about we... Okay, Wheel of Fortune as well. I think they're in the back somewhere. Hierophant. Why is he only drawing Major Arcana? They make up like a third of the deck. On 3 draws, you should not have the 3. Like, I get it, right? It's because every fucking lazy asshole only does, oh man, I'm just gonna draw the fucking cards that are in the Major Arcana because they're the cool ones. No! It's the Minor Arcana that are fucking awesome. The Major Arcana are these big sweeping things, but the Minor Arcana are this subtle, implicit thing that are supposed to describe the journey and the steps that you're supposed to take in the process you're not going through. Fuck you. Go to hell. If you're not gonna bother with the tarot, don't fucking bother. Says I, the man who actually thinks tarot is kind of neat, okay? Do I believe it can tell the future? Fuck off. That's not important. That's not the relevant part. Oh, there's the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. And a star. I'm a star.
The star, upright, she read out, of hope and happiness, renewal and purpose and enlightenment.
She then gazed at me, blinking slight as I shrugged. Yeah, I mean, it's a whole fucking new experience, huh? He wants me... Ah, fuck! I kind of want a JoJo-themed tarot deck. That's awesome! Hold on. The star is loss, theft, privation, abandonment, although another reading suggests hope and bright prospects in the future. Reversed is arrogance, impotence, and haughtiness. To be fair, it's a giant fucking lady pouring water on the ground. I don't see how that is loss or theft. If anything, it seems to be a revitalization of things to come. Haughtiness, fair enough. And now, the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny, fortune, success, luck, felicity. Increase, or if reversed, it is increase abundance or superfluidity. I mean, it is just a fucking gambling thing. There's a little devil on there, and some cool angels, and like a sphinx with a sword. I love how there's a fucking, this fucking animal's reading books. That's a cool card. Demonic and angelic dinosaurs, which is kind of hard to make out. They're not people. There's only one human in this. There's also a goose. Mainly because it was upside down. Oh, that's a bad sign? Well, normally an upright Wheel of Fortune means good luck and good fortune, but upside down, it doesn't mean the opposite! It doesn't! The original transcription is that the Wheel of Fortune upright is supposed to be like, you know, increase, superfluidity, abundance. Like, the idea is that it's the opposite of what the card describes, which is this fortune being read by the stars. You have control. You must make judgment, if anything. I'd go with that. Like, if someone's asking me, like, you need to make a choice, Anon. What's going on? You can't trust fate to take care of for you. The Wheel of Fortune ain't fucking spinning, buddy. You either take charge or it's gonna go to shit. That's how I tell them. And with Star, I'd go, you know, things are going. They're moving. They're going places. Look at this lady. She's having a fun time pouring her water in. You're giving. But is it gonna work? Do you have enough? Because clearly, if the Wheel of Fortune is about good fortune and getting shit, abundance, maybe you give too much. Maybe superfluidity means you get what I mean? That's a fun tarot reading. Fuck off. You can't tarot. I'll tarot your ass apart. I'll tarot your ass apart. Oh, I like that one, actually. That's a good one. I'm keeping that one in the books. How about you come down here where I can tarot your ass apart, buddy? I mean, I love doing the Gabagool voice. It's the best voice. It's the only voice that man needs.
Well, normally an upright Wheel of Fortune means good luck and fortune, but upside down
means the exact opposite. Shouldn't that be a question mark?
Yeah, the future holds that you'll be unlucky at every turn, and because of that, fate will be against you. Actually, it's just that you suck ass, and on Jesus, get some new pants.
La 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 la. Let's put on a new song. I'm kind of sick of it. Let's put on Skin Row, so I just like it. I want to put on Stella's song, actually. Pausing for a moment, I could see Stella was looking at me with something akin to unsure pity, as if she was trying to believe the bad omen. I mean, again, I like the idea that the tarot cards keep saying that Anon isn't from around here in like a subtle way, and she's like, I don't get it. It's scary. Pausing for a moment, I could see that Stella was looking at me with unsure... Okay. But to that, I shrugged, because I realized something. I don't believe in fate. Stella blinked as I slowly sifted through the cards, cleaned them up and put them together. And maybe luck does play a part in it, with fate working against us all the time. I gathered most of them, tapping them against the ground to make the bundle straight before slowly standing up, Stella nodding. I mean, admittedly, that is decent stage direction, because, you know, actions and the things they're saying should coincide. You pull the death card, you have to reload the previous save. Fuck. I mean, the odds are like 1 in, you know. When the cards are down, you have to take a chance. And then look at the topmost card of the deck I had replanted. Oh no, it's Savarudo! He's drawing Savarudo, a cloaked dinosaur standing atop the earth, bending the universe and reality to the... Now I gotta find Savarudo. Where are you, Savarudo? The world, hello? The tower, okay. Judgment. Just draw the devils, you cowards. Again, if I'm ever gonna do anything with this with the actual tarot, I'm gonna ham it up. There is the world. Now, the Rider White version of the world is not as Anon describes it. He does not stand atop the world. It is... Oh, it's again those animals. It's a cow, a lion, but they had wings in the other one, an eagle, and a man. And they are surrounding a woman standing in a wreath that is tied with red ribbons. She holds 2 candles, or sticks, or staffs, and is only barely dressed in a single flowing piece of cloth. She is bare, but she stands rather confidently, as if she knows what to do and where to do it. So let's see what the little booklet has to say about Savarudo. The world. Assured success. Route, voyage, emigration, flight, and change of place. Reversed is inertia, fixity, stagnation, and permanence. I plucked it from the top of the deck for some reason. The Stego's eyes widened. It's determination and experience that will bring your fate yourself. No, he's just guaranteed to win at this point. Because your cards are fucking magical, you dingus. I then handed the card to as well as the rest of the deck, nodding. Well, here you go, Stella. A few moments passed as she slowly nodded, accepting it. Then she froze up.
How do you know my name?
Oh, fuck! I mean, well, I overheard someone say it in class, and, yeah, you were in a class together. Like, you were in Miss Satsuki's class.
I don't remember anyone talking to me in Miss Satsuki's class.
I mean, can people talk behind your back, Stella? Jesus.
Unless...
She whipped her head past me. Maybe he's just fucking psychic, you know? And rather than looking freaked out or disturbed, she got a look that admittedly made me prefer the aforementioned. Literal stars had grown in her eyes, because this guy just wants to make a fucking comic.
Are you a time-traveling protagonist like in the Tokyo Revengers?
I paused for a moment, then frowned, trying to dispel any form of notion of that. No, I literally just overheard your name from somewhere else. Jesus, Stella, it's your fucking name. It's not that special. Naomi could have literally mentioned it behind your back. Like, this isn't that unique or special, you poor little bitch. So desperate for something happening in her damn life. She resorts to this. Blech. Stella stared at me for a few moments, if trying to analyze for any deception before hanging her snout up. On what, the phone? Alright, sure, new student. She then smirked. Not sure if I liked it as she walked off. Before she left the hallway, I called out, by the way, it's Anon, not new student. I mean, I kind of like it if Stella is like, I know what you are, but I'm trying to keep it a secret because I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know that I know. You know, that kind of stuff. Again, the story that could have been that we don't get, but instead nothing happens. We get nothing. I'm just kind of shuffling my deck. It's just fun to do, you know. I'm also not very good at shuffling cards. Fun fact, I'll just make a big mess. Stella from Angry Birds. She turned back, smiling a snout.
I already knew that. I'm a fortune teller after all.
You were literally in the class when Livy and I introduced herself. Why? Then hung her snout up. You mean she points her snout up because she does that sassy thing?
Fine, you got me. Are you happy?
Well, sorta, yeah. How are you this petty? I say with a smirk as Stella stuck a tongue out at me, disappearing around the corner as eyes ran away, trying to wipe the sweat from my bold, scaly forehead. Dinosaurs don't sweat, do they? Ew, you're so smelly now, Anon. Although the thing about tarot cards is you also have to like flip them upside down every once in a while, because part of the point is that cards can be reversed, you know. You can't just lick them and dip them. Safi, is now the time to be shuffling your deck. I can shuffle my deck whenever the hell I want. I'm an adult. Did you know? Because we're living it our way. And move on in my life. Anyway. Jesus, I must stop myself from slipping like that. But I stood up straight. Of course, I don't know what the future... You don't have to describe his stage directions. That's for the actors. Of course, I didn't know the future had in store for me, but I knew that I could shape it. Because of the cards, or because, you know, things aren't going this way they went originally, so you might as well bother. Nasa, Naomi, Fang... Oh, wait, I'm getting my own order here, and that doesn't work. Olivia, Nasa, Trish, Reed, Naomi, and Fang. Faye wasn't going to be on my side. Why not? Olivia and Nasser love you, and Naomi is like middling. Reed thinks you're awesome. Fang seems to be interested. Fate is already on your side, you little bingus. Ugh, what a cruel and cold world, huh? He gets kissed by his girlfriend. For some reason, it felt good knowing that just meant that I'd be up to the task, because I was going to make something from nothing. Going to make something of nothing. Har har. With the last thought in mind, I made my way back to music class, entering to hear the slow rhythm that carried a stage nostalgia as Fang quietly played. It's like a year before she wrote that song, dude. That could be any other guitar. And to that, I smiled warmly, ready to continue my time with Volcano High. Great! That was it. That was the chapter. Jesus! Not as much drama as I hoped. But, you know. So, if you're wondering, like, Safi, what ideas are you struggling with? There are a couple ideas I've actually been having in my head that are making this hard for me, that are, you know, making it a little more complicated than they need to be. The recording isn't getting any of that, because the recording can go fuck itself. Show up to the stream if you want to hear that stuff. On the recording, people won't hear that. Safi, you bingas, now they won't hear that! How would they know if you don't tell them? Idiot. What are my ideas again? I wrote them down, because I'm not doing much with them. Man, I do love handling some playing cards. It's just fun to do. You can fat them out. You can give them to your friend. Give your friend a tarot card for Christmas. I drew the King of Swords. Marvelous. What were swords about again? I forgot. I have an article link that's like, this is what the tarot cards, generally speaking, are intended to mean. Swords deal with intellect and reason and ideas. Because swords and brains are sharp, both double-edged. And for several reasons, conflict and strife. Anyway, let's take a look at the thing I was going to look at, which is my things, what I have written down. Nice song for, Olivia the Exchange Student. That one I've definitely got. No, Ophinia the Exchange Student I definitely still have in mind. That one is actually like going places and meeting people, Dunder Mifflin and all that stuff. Both in terms of being something different and having a certain character and bite to it. Because it'll start off with Inko, but then it's like not really about Inko. Which is normally a bad turnaround, but it gives a lot of opportunity to talk about the characters and who they are. You know, the introductionary stuff. Although I don't like that. It's very easy for me to get caught up in like role-building details that don't matter for the moment, so I just have to figure out how I'm going to handle that. But that's an idea I've had. I've had the new verse. I'll have a remaster in mind, like the actual full plot that I want to write is like basically an actual book or series. Problem is, I have an idea for like a shorter one where we ship Anon and Liz, because I just want to ship those two! Okay? Funnily enough, the full new verse would be him and Trish. And he probably would date Fang for like the second year, because he shows up at 16, or something, yeah. Yeah, because they wouldn't do the age up until later. 16 to 17 in sophomore year, halfway through. He also would have actual powers, and he would have a personal thing that's going on with Nona. And when Fang shows up, he dates her for a while, and he's like, nah, Trish is fine. I like Trish more. I just feel they would work better in this context. Amber, however, still exists for reasons that will become apparent over time. Spooky. Very spooky. But I want to do a short one where it is just Liz and Anon, and it is a bit more focused on just having the characters and things happening, etc., etc. I had a Shades and Anon shipfic, but that's dead at this point. That's never going to happen. Isekai the movie? What's that? Oh, there's a bunch of things I wanted to write, and none of them really happened, except for Anon of the North, which is Anon reincarnates as a Shilonian, and eventually goes back, and it's effectively Ophinia the Exchange Student, but with a mixed cast, like Volcano High and St. Hamida merged together, etc., etc. We work from there and build it out. There is one... I really want to do the thing with the limbs, where Anon actually gets, like, you know, fucked up limbs and deals with Olivia during the process. And one I've had in mind is that he goes, his parents... But I also kind of want a reincarnation story. I want to do a reincarnation story. Because I want to show everyone how it's done. The best reason to do anything is spite. But I actually want to deal with the core idea and what it would mean to be like that and all that stuff. Because I actually like dealing with the meta stuff. I just like it, okay? I like world building, I like that secondary stuff, and I like seeing how it integrates with the characters as you go along the plot line. I really want to use Evelyn for something, and I want to do a magical schools thing, probably with Inko, and he's pissed off about it, or something. I don't fucking know. I have a bunch of foggier ideas in there. Inko plus Cabana plus Evelyn Magic Time, possible? Anon of the North. There's also another one I have, but that's not going to happen. I have Fang reincarnation to Goodbye Volcano. I also have one where he shows up, where Anon goes to Goodbye Volcano High, is in Caldera Bay, and is with, like, LJ, and LJ functions as the Spearsian character. Like, LJ is like, listen, kid, you need a parent in your life. This ain't gonna work. But I kind of want to integrate that with some... I don't know, man. My brain's full of ideas, and I'm gonna finish Ranger and the Fog soon, and I'll have nothing to write. I'll just be sitting here theorizing and plotting. Anyway, we have links. No! No, I don't want to see the Xmas dip. I'll do that after I'm done here. Sorry, my brain. Where are the links of my good man, my good sir? It's Santa Scary Dave. Feliz Navidad. Men will see this and type wife. Hell yeah. I like how they use the picture of where Fang is like checking in and out. Heckin' picture and a half to use for that, buddy. Oh, there's some dark stuff. I like the dark stuff, though. Let's have a look. We got Fang Friday. Oh, shit. Anon's beating the holy shit, he's got a brass knuckles with him. Saving Fang. Man, I really like how Fang looks on this. Jesus. Like with the completely wispy feathers. Although they're gone in one of the frames. But hey. Anon. I won't leave you again. I'm so sorry. Oh, this is cute. I came back. Don't leave me ever again. Oh, that's so sweet. That's bittersweet. That's the good stuff. Irreversibly changed my life. Oh, this guy's wearing the Olivia shirt and he's going to Gators. To Gatorland. He's wrestling those Gators. That's not what you do with your wife. What a cute Stella and Anon. He looks all fucked up. What are those cards? Oh, they're tarot cards. Oh, they're based on the Rider White deck. Yeah. Vinny's got some moves. Practicing from certain battle royale. Dang it. Get out of here. I don't want to hear it. Just in case this is Metro Exodus. What the hell? I'm gonna post this somewhere because I know a guy who worked on Metro, not Exodus, and he's very angry about it. Oh man, Olivia saved from the Rat King by by the Nutcracker guy. Oh, that's great. Man, I love how Inka looks like a little guy. Who the hell is this? What's this? Did you see his butt? Touche.
Ooh. That's great though, Scary Dave. I love that one. Oh god, the whole thing is just fucking screwed up. A mini. What a name for a girl that tall. She's so tall she should not be called small. That's just mean. My ancestors motivating at 3 a.m. for no reason. What the? Why is it Clash of Clans? Oh, there's also a thing about this, apparently. Fortnite making Skibidi Toilet Coil Lab. What? Brawl Stars? What the hell? What the hell am I looking at? I don't know much about Brawl Stars, but that looks pretty cool. Snoot game, mod, fic, bingo! We have the following squares. Top row, adding characters from Goodbye Volcano High, Sage, Leo, Roberts, or Nick, and the like. Gay Reed, characters from Puppet Pals. That's the first row. Middle row, it's a 3-row bingo. 3-row column. OC's background characters. I mean, that's a free space. That's free space, you bingus. Free space. We got self-insert of the author or his friends. We've got fan kids. Gary, Stu, Anon. Flanderization, or how about we fill this one in? How about we fill this one in? We'll do this at the end, but we'll fill it in. We'll have some fun, you know? You're getting a bonus feature. We're getting a bonus feature. Thank you, Dave, for providing us with a bonus feature that I'm looking forward to. What's this? Oh, it's like Polygonal, and they're having the Last Supper. And I'll try not to get stabbed in the back by Judas. Who wants to shit out Snoot game? Who wants to discuss this Goodbye Volcano High? I mean, there's not much to talk about. I've seen people who like it, but even they kind of fall silent after it. Oh, the Dinosaur Girlfriend Santa Claus, I saw that one, yeah. That one's great. And copyright song. Why is there so many copyrights? Why are you like this, Scary Dave? Trying to get me cancelled? Merry Christmas. Out you. Dang. Oh, Pyro's hiding. That's great. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. I know nothing about the Team Fortress 2 comics. I'm sorry. That's really high polish render, but that's cute. Fang's looking a little blue there, though. That's my attack. You're blue now. I get way too much mileage out of that line. I get way too much fucking mileage out of that line. Oh, how could we forget this one? Oh, good lord, you're so fucking hot. Please save me. All she said is that she was on Minecraft. Minecraft? Minecraft? Anyway, this is a bit A, over-rendered, and B, why are they blue? Like I said, that's my attack. You're blue now. Even the fucking grandmother. Oh, man, it's Rainbow. Oh, Rainbow. Nasser, fresh Nasser. Oh, he's got his hair trimmed. God, I just... Papyrus, why did you make the perfect line that is applicable in so many odd situations? Oh, we got some chibi renders. Neat. Chibi models, I guess. Photo familiar. Imagine. Nice. Alright. Oh my. Sage out of jail. Half-Life 2 mod. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Let's take a further look. Oh shit! It's Fang in Christmas gear. That's pretty cute. I'm gonna complain to this guy though. Pat Feather Christmas. Sage, a happy birthday. All of our funds are going to... Ah ha ha! But Sage is a guy. Why will you do this? Why are you even including Sage? Okay, like... I get including Sage on the grounds of, like, Sage exists as a character in Goodbye Volcano High and therefore belongs in the game. But they didn't include Sage. They didn't do anything in Snoot game. If Encore includes Sage, why are they bringing this up? And why aren't they using the right pronouns? It's just weird at that point. Like, I have nothing against it, but it's weird. At least wait until they put it in Snoot game, so that it feels like a proper thing, instead of you just being weird about it. Anyway, Amber's flying. Taros can fly, apparently. When they're babies. When they're babies, they can fly. Nice fucking model! Mod in Half-Life 2, which replaces the Alex model with the Fang model. I mean, the wings are in awkward places, but I'm into it. This mod better not become the nice crystal model that comes in for me. Shit. What's your favorite fight in Snoot's Bizarre Adventure? Was attrition and on fight iconic? Why is she so wide in the hips? She doesn't got those baby hips yet. Man, the links today are something else. Not necessarily a lot I'm going to share on stream, but there you go. Olivia Halford. Oh, that's cute. Very cute. Oh man, that's Reed. Man, Reed doesn't get enough art where he's just anything other than gay. What the hell is this? I'm sorry. Fuck off. Take it. I have a question. Okay, I just have a question. Why are they... So they accept homosexuals, but no one else? Yeah, if you're gay, we're okay. But if you're straight or lesbian or anything, it's the gay flag, by the way. That is not the flag they use for everyone. Or the other flag they use for everyone. Or the flag they made after that for everyone. Because they keep making new ones. Because they keep finding someone to include. The flag is too fucking busy, my man. Simplify. Fuck. And get the gay flag out of there. It's fucking weird to do that. Or at least change the gay flag to something else. There is one that's like the lesbian flag, but for dudes. It's a whole fucking thing. Anyway, I just like how she's trying to sell Reed. Who, again, as far as we know, isn't technically gay. In Snoot game. He's just a little goofy. He's just a little guy, okay? He's my high guy. Amber and Green? There's another sibling people invented? Jesus. Does she have a fucked up wing, or is that just me? What does Green go faceless? Well, whatever the case is, that's that. That was nice. Thank you. Here you go. That was nice, Scary Day. Thank you. I try as winters before the global warming stuff. But yeah, I guess we're done. I'm full of ideas. So I'm gonna upload the last chapter to Ranger in the Fogs, and then that's done, and I won't know what the fuck to do with my life. I won't know what to do. I'll be lost and confused. I'll have ideas, but I don't know which to write and which to write. It's just so... sad world we live in. Well, thank you for coming. Tomorrow we'll do another chapter, I guess. If my voice doesn't give out. If my voice gives out, we're fucked. But otherwise... Oh, wait! We can check the comments! By the way, people who are watching the recording, because I've turned the recording back on, you can see all the fun link stuff if you attend. I'm not going to put those up here, but I am going to show and talk a little bit about taking a little sneak peek at the next chapter, because we're doing that next time. First comments, a lot of words. I like it. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not like there are massive sections you can cut out. There's some sections and bits that I would clean up and tidy, but for the most part, yes, it's mostly copying the game, but it's copying the game, and the game was good. So, like, you know, if you keep the skeleton, it's good skeleton. And it's kind of going places. So, hey. As ever, I end optimistic for the next chapter. That's not good. Not a lot of stuff in the comment that matters.
Quality and quantity. Well, let's check out the next chapter and take a little sneak peek for the boys. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Making the distance. The rest of the period passed. Apparently, he's stuck staring at a captcha from a Vladis the cow auction form. What are you doing with your life, man? 30 comments. We got a lot of comments to go through, but... Let's see, any comments of the author? Amazing fan art of NTS Anon. Neat. I mean, listen, I wrote stuff and I drew stuff for Volcano High, despite the fact that I don't think it's good. You're allowed to do both. What are we doing? Let's take some snapshots and see what we get. Okay, apparently Anon is hitting on Fang. We're opening with that. Which is a cute way to start, I guess. Really? We're doing the fucking Peter joke where he goes, ah. I mean, at least it's not overstaying its welcome. Why is this happening? Anon's saying Japanese again. You know, though Anon gets reincarnated as a Shalonian. Shalonians are actually like a distinct species where Anon has to contend with the fact that his brain chemistry, his neurochemistry doesn't work the way it's supposed to. And at some point he's going to be like, this is fucking weird. Because the Shalonians as a species don't have eternal competition. Because, to put it bluntly, they are okay with dying for the greater good. To such an extent that, like, there is no concept of raiding other people or war, because what are you achieving at that point? And there's this great sense of internal camaraderie. It has its downsides, of course. It's not all good. But it does mean that as a society, you're kind of dealing with a complete package. And it can feel like hive mind control to some extent, for someone who isn't used to it. I guess it is to some extent. But that's what makes it interesting and weird. And something you gotta deal with. Nasser walks past Olivia and doesn't say anything. Don't know what's going on in that brain. Sounds like things are gonna get a bit messy. That's what I'm looking for, buddy. Olivia wasn't happy about the way Fang talked about Nasser. You said you stopped him from being accosted this morning. Is that true? Oh, that's Trish saying it to Anon. Okay. So we're getting some positive points here, maybe? Oh, it's the fucked wing retard that she called him, and he's like, don't do that. Oh, that's neat. I mean, like, Anon, remember, is like more mature in terms of age, and he probably had more time to think about the stuff and what everything means to everyone. He also saw Nasser die. And again, he's like, even Naomi didn't deserve to get killed. So I can kind of see him trying to mend that. And that friction is good. Okay, we're having the I am non-binary thing. Olivia's like, I don't care. Okay, expect other people to... Ooh. What does a cripple know about respect? What the hell does that even mean? Oh, we're getting some proper drama. Finally. The plot is getting going. Or some character development. I don't know. We'll see what it is when we get there. I think it's looking good. Yeah, this is looking good. I think chapter 14 is going to be nice. In addition, I think if I do my handiwork. Let me see how long this is. Sorry, it just happens every time that song goes that way. It's just how my brain registers it. You're just gonna have to deal with that, buddy. No, Control Shift F. And I would like to... No! No! I fucked up. And then enter, tab, enter. And then I can click away, and then it removes all those parts. How big is this? It's not even that long, all things considered. How many words? Because this is looking pretty good. We might actually have a chapter that is not bad.
which would be something quite refreshing. Ah, what a refreshing drink of water. It doesn't taste like shit. How novel. Summary. 7,000 words. That's a... How long was the other chapter? I think it was pretty long, too. I'm gonna pretend. But it does look like something's happening, which always makes things go by a little faster anyway. View summary. Yeah, the last one was like twice as long, so we're looking at a... tomorrow's gonna be neat. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Like, as bad as this has been, I am coming back. Can't argue that. See you guys next time. Ugh. Bye-bye, people who are watching the recording. This wasn't worth it, was it? And if people are watching the stream live, you didn't like. Very upset. Very annoyed at you. Can't believe you guys. But other than that, go and enjoy your day. Go do something with the rest of the time you got. Because you don't know what you've got till it's gone. But outside of, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. What am I supposed to tell you? Let's see. I could earn 3 to 5% more by showing mid-roll ads in all of my videos. No, YouTube. All the videos that were made before I partnered up are not getting any ads because I don't retroactively do that stuff. In fact, I'm feeling kind of bad about doing it at all because, like, 2 people ever see them at all ever in the entire universe of history, so who fucking cares? Anyway, it'd be nice if this gets better. Ooh, let me just... I gotta pee. But I would like to remind you